Oh, what up, guys? Hey, guys. Welcome back to Visiting Hour with Negra and Young Beavs today. Yeah, we call it Visiting Hour.
Visiting hours
Visitation. Well, I got Visitation Hour.
without the snacks.
Without the snacks, well, because I'm
Cholo,
not.
Cholo Juan ate 'em all.
Somebody say hey, because I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to Visitation Hour with me and Young Beavs today. If you guys don't know, Young Beavs has been on Indicted TV, and he is actually. And people ask, like I always say, like, who's one of your favorites? And I always say, I don't have favorites, right? But like
Love
us,
them all the same.
I love them all the same. But like the story, like your experience was an experience that nobody has had.
Yeah, thank you.
At least people that I've had in my on my channel. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about your story for the people that don't know, and tell us about Young Beeves.
Okay, so pretty much, like I said, I was born in L.A., California. I have a mom, my stepdad. I don't know my dad. All I know is that he's from Central America. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know, sounds like nothing. And so I grew up with both parents. My mom, she married my stepdad, and there was a lot of drama in the house, because he was from like the ranch, and like I said, I got nothing against nobody who believes like that, but our beliefs are different,
Like super
especially.
ranchero, like super
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
macho kind of vibes.
Machisma, machista.
Machista.
Like pretty
You're
much,
not a
I'm the man.
machista? A machista?
Nah, nah, nah. Hell no, dude. We both wear pants right here.
That's, hey, you know what? It's how we have to be.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But so my dad, he was old school like that, like for years, until I go in my story, like I ain't talk to him, I didn't call him dad. I didn't, because it was like so much drama between us, and I respect him now because he took us in. A lot of men, it's hard for you to love a kid that's not yours,
Yeah.
or even just care for him, take
Yeah.
care of him, So, shout out to LA Icon, because he does the same thing, and that's
Yeah.
love, dude.
Yeah, he
And
takes care of my oldest.
exactly, and you guys, that's like, to me, I think that's hard, you know.
And he was
So
12, my son already. He
see,
was 12.
even harder,
Yeah, he's bigger.
teenager.
He was 12 and now he's going to be 22.
See? And you guys are solid. And
Yeah.
I feel like with every kid, like even with me, I seen a man, I seen as a threat. He's taking my mom, that kind of stuff, and I was little,
Yeah.
especially because like I didn't have a dad. So like automatically there was drama. So I was acting out, whatever. And the way they disciplined us was like hard. We wouldn't get like, people get spanked.
Yeah.
We would get like
Beat.
beat, like literally, like I didn't know what it was until like people started seeing it. They're like, damn fool, like you're
You
like
get fucked up, fool.
exactly, and we just had different ways of thinking. So we actually moved from LA to Baldwin Park, because we're like my family, they're from like different hoods out there, Temple Street, and I was already gravitating towards that because of my cousins, all my family, especially like in the 90s, our era, it
Yeah.
was all homies.
For sure.
So we moved to Baldwin Park, and so I have cousins from Baldwin Park, Ormiga, and more family también. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna join a gang. This is where I'm living. This is where majority of my family's from.
Fuck it.
So yeah, I started kicking it. And, as a little kid, like a lot of gangs, they just jump you in. Like fuck it, he makes it, he makes it. My neighborhood, they test you. They like come around like a hang around, kind of like like the
Yeah.
bikers, like he's a prospect.
Yeah.
But so we're kicking it, and I think I was kicking it for like maybe a couple months.
Hey, at
And
least we're kicking it in a couple of months.
exactly. So I'm kicking it, and my homies know me more. My cousins, they're like, "Hey, you're gonna get in?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck you. This is where I'm from,
Oh no, Recio.
Exactly. And yeah, my homie Risky, RIP, he's the one that really convinced me. He was the one that was like, fool, like the way he sold me the picture was like, damn, like he was like, you see this fool, this is all you right here. This is your barrio, fool. This is what we live for. When they give you that speech, like this is all yours, even though you don't own shit right there, right? You don't fucking even pay taxes, homie. But I fell for it. I fucking fell
I
head
still
first.
feel that way.
Yeah, me too. I love my hood. I'll never say I'm not from nowhere.
I
Like,
still feel that
right?
way.
Because it's like something so dear to your heart.
Yeah.
But it's because I feel in our time when we had nothing, it gave us something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Like this is my area. And it's like you're a soldier fighting for something. Like it's like we're gaining stripes
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so my homie, he convinces me I get into my hood, and I'm little, dude. I'm only like 11, 12 years old, like junior high. And we're little. We're the littlest guys in Northside. We're like anybody knows my barrio on the live. We're like right now maybe 20 people on the street. We're little. We're little barrio, And we go against like big barrios like 18, Monteflores, Bassett, Azusa. These are
Big gangs.
hundreds.
Yeah.
North side, I could literally like, I'm telling you, it's from like maybe Olive all the way to Azusa Canyon to Los Angeles, maybe a little bit past that. That's how small it is. Like KHA, Eastside, these are big ass gangs, and we're going at it with these fools. So on the streets, at least you got guns, you know. But one thing I learned early on is juvenile hall is that's where people get marked out, you know. So when I started going to juvenile hall, like I told you, it was little stuff, you know, violations, kicking it with the homies. But little by little, it just shit got more and more intense, you know.
Yeah.
And I started going to LP. I went to LP, Central, Silmar. Back in the days, I was even there when they first opened that big old building. Anybody on the live knows the compound. It was like this building they made for
Where was
all
this at?
in Silmar.
Okay.
It was a building that they made that was like super high tech for all the people going to prison in YA because we were fighting so much in juvenile hall. Like kids, anybody that's on the live knows we wouldn't go to school to learn. Motherfuckers going to school. I
To
mean,
fight.
people were going to school to fight. You know, we'd run in classes and fight. And the thing about my barrio is that we had so many enemies. El Monte Flores was always deep,
Yeah.
always. Like when I was in Silmar, there was like 10 of them. You know, when I was at YA, there was like over 30 of them.
Hey, tell us, shout out to you guys. Tell us about your YA experience because that YA experience for you fucking made
It was crazy.
was
Yeah.
intense. Like,
Honest,
I don't care what anybody says about anything or anything, bro.
yeah.
La neta, wey.
Thank you. Yeah, it was hard, honestly. Like, and what's weird is that I never thought it was gonna be like that. I feel like when you're gonna face adversity, you're not ready. Like you're just thinking like, ah, it's gonna be like juvenile hall, which is true. That's how I honestly thought because I was always down to get down in juvenile hall. You know, but let's get them up. Or you know, when you're in camp, you have to like hide under the wall and fight. I was down. I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it, right? But when I went to Fred C. Nellis, I actually went to SRCC, which is Norwalk.
Mm-hmm.
So Norwalk is like intake, let's say reception.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm going there, they're giving you the bare minimum to go and learn. You know,
Like just little whatever you
yeah, this is what
survive.
you do.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody call you the B word. Like they ain't even
All the
lace the-
rules.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the guys are telling you the rules.
The basic rules. And the thing was, I was a little kid, so I was in this place called Cabrillo. It's like, so what am I gonna learn from a bunch of mocosos? Nothing, you know?
You guys were smart.
Yeah, so we're not really lacing nobody up. We're just fighting, being dumb.
Yeah, thinking you're cool.
Exactly.
Kind of vibes.
Exactly. So when I go to Nellis, like and the thing about anybody who's been in Nellis is they're supposed to move you. You're supposed to be from 12 to like 16, then you go to Paso. You're not supposed to stay till you're 18 in one facility.
Yeah.
But Nellis, because you know why it was getting crowded, because there was all these badass kids in Paso and you know different YAs, because there was a lot of YAs.
There was.
Yeah, there was a lot. Carl Holton, Chad, Preston, a bunch of them. Ventura. So when I go to Nellis, I'm like, as soon as I get there, I'm like, because I don't have a mustache, nothing. You could tell my book.
We're gonna talk about his book as well, you
Yeah.
guys.
So I'm a little kid, and I see these fools with big old brochas, and I'm like, what the hell? Like these fools are men,
Super
dude.
scary,
And,
bro.
yeah, and the thing is, and why you have weights? So they're swole, and I'm like, oh my god, like what the hell? But I'm like, you know what? I ain't tripping. Like I'm a hold man, you know.
No,
And
see?
yeah, what really like, and I'll keep it real, like what hurt me and like to this day, like what really fucked me up, excuse my language,
No, it's okay.
was that all my life I wanted to be a homie. Like yeah, my cousins were homies, and it's like what I said, I'm a B. Like I love this, you know, I love my barrio even till the death. And to get that kind of betrayal by my own gente, you know, the people that I picked over my mom, you know, because my mom would be like, oh, you know,
Los
leave your
amigos.
yeah. I was like, you're not my family, they're my family. So when I went to YA and my own raza did me like that, it was like horrible. It was like my worst nightmare. I couldn't believe it. I honestly thought like, man, like it has to be a nightmare or it's not true. Like it has to be like a sick joke, you know? But
When
it
you
wasn't.
say when you say like, okay, we're like me having a fucking interview right now, but we're not having an interview.
Yeah.
Just for like the people that are watching, when you
Yeah.
say that your own people did you this way, like what happened?
Okay, so just to go into like breaking it down,
Yes.
because a lot of people question it, and especially like people like say
Yeah,
dumb
especially
stuff
if they
and
just
don't
come
know.
quick and they just, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So
Los puntos rifa.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so what it was is that when you go to YA, there's rules and regulations. Like there's female raza and there's respected black. That's why, like in my book, I break that down to the team, the rules, everything. There's like stupid ass rules in YA. I'll give you an example. Like, say this is your plate and it lands on the floor like this, and it's upside down.
You can't get
Eat it no
it.
more. You have to throw it away. It's leva. If your spoon touches the floor, it's leva. If your soap or your toothbrush, brand new, touches the floor, leva. You can't use it.
Even like the cap of your water, no?
You can't drink it no
Everything.
more. And if you drink from the floor, like anything from the floor, you're dicked up for life. Like that's how dumb it was, dude. And people were scared, dude. I swear to God.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
because they'll be like, "Oh shit, don't take me up." Like it was like I swear to God,
Like life and death kind of
life and
vibe.
death. I swear to God.
I mean, it kind of was, bro.
And the thing is, like when I was little, I would read. I would read a lot. Like I've always loved to read, and that's how I wrote a book. But I would read about people like back in the days that were like albinos and had leprosy. Like I never knew what that was, right? Because we weren't around. But when I started getting alienated the way I did, I felt like that.
Oh, shit.
And especially when it came to like the rules and when it happened, what happened. And just to go into detail what happened, like I didn't go out because like I was a punk. I never PC'd up. I was solid, GP all the way.
Fighting all day.
Exactly. The reason why that happened to me was because I was a minority. I was from a small barrio, and my enemies were from 18th Street, Monrovia, Bassett, Azusa, Puente.
They were
They were
deep.
empowered. They were deep. Puente had respect. And the thing is, anybody who knows Puente always rides with Flores. They're always in cahoots. So just imagine if me and you are from one barrio and we see this little guy right here, fat. I'm little, fat, hairy,
I'm like,
no tattoos, right? And he's our enemy. What are we gonna do
No,
to him?
pues sí, we're gonna take
smash
advantage,
on him.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna smash on him. We're gonna humiliate him,
every single
Yeah,
time.
so-
Instead of like,
embracing him. No, they don't do that. Why? What people don't understand is in prison they embrace you. Like, hey, we saw you from Avenues. Hey, your homie so and so. Hey, ahí te va. Hey,
Mhm.
nah. And why it's all about smashing that fool, humiliating them, degrading them to like the floor, like where they're nothing. And they try to do that to me. And I wasn't gonna go out like that. Because as soon as I went, I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be judged on my character. If I go out, fuck it. But I didn't have a chance from the gate.
yeah.
Literally from when I got into Fred Cinella's Jackson Cottage, I sat down in the shower and I got there with three guys. Both of the two guys, they got the spill. And then I'm waiting for the homie to come up to me and he goes, hey, fool, like there's something going on with you. And I was like, well, what is it? And they're like, oh, we're going to throw a junta. We're going to talk about it. There was no junta thrown. Those fools were like, hell no. That fool's never going to be firme. And there were two of the biggest powerhouses in Jack House. One of them, like everybody was scared of. Some fool from Monrovia. And anybody that ever had ran into this fool was a vicious killer and a fighter. This fool, he knew karate. Like he was a kickboxer. Put it like this: I know black guys, Crips, Hoovers, homies that fool would throw fucks like cuetes, like and they would just be like. I was in all that time when I was with Nellis. Only three people fought that fool, which was me, some guy from Duarte, and a big ass fool from Hoover. Ever stood up to this fool? That's how bad this fool was. He was an animal, dude. Like I'm not even like I
No,
don't.
no, no.
I don't
I'm just
even
like,
float that way.
Yeah.
But when I see this fool come out the shirt, I was like, damn, this fool had.
Your ass
I'm not
was
lying.
scared.
Not even like I was telling, hey, put your shirt back on, fool. Like, hey, take off my shirt off. What up, fool? Nah, hey, but this fool didn't have a 6-pack. Fool had an 8-pack. This fool had muscles I didn't even
super
think of.
swole.
Yeah.
Blank, super swole.
Yeah, dude.
Too cool for fucking life, super firme.
This fool was the first guy I ever seen do a one-handed pull-up, put it like that. And I remember the day he like when we got down, I was like, oh my god, dude. But I was like,
get him off of me.
yeah, I was like, ah. But hey, it all started because of them.
Because of them.
Those fools.
So they didn't want to make you super firme.
They didn't want me to be firme raza because the way they
Oye,
looked at it
firme
is
raza.
like the firme raza was the elite, supposedly like the creme of the creme. But when I was in YA and
After the few years.
yeah, no, not even like months, like a day, like a couple days, I started getting into trouble and getting down. And when I really got into more shit was because I got a big old note like this big, like I'm not lying, like big, like this, with all kinds of people I had to fight. And I was just so tired of fighting and it's like my first week. I got jacked. Like I told you in my story, I got jacked by the black fools.
Make sure you guys watch
Yeah,
this
yeah.
episode.
Check out.
'Cause
Make sure you check that out because it's real. And like I wasn't gonna go out.
no,
I
of
was
course
not
not.
gonna go out.
Especially because you had so many
And
years.
the thing was, there was a lot of people who were leva, and they don't talk about it. They're like, "Oh, I'm never gonna admit it." But it's like I see
Shut your
fools.
level ass up.
Yeah, I looked at it like, "Come on,
It's
me."
like, yeah, like,
Yeah,
relax.
exactly. But the thing is, I get it. You know, you're outnumbered, outgunned, and you're a kid. And these guys are older, 17, 18 years old. That guy from Monrovia was like 19 when I fought him.
And
And I
you're
was
like, well,
13. 6 years. Six
yeah,
years
it's like a
different.
big difference.
Yeah.
Especially in that age
The
gap.
guy from Puente was 18. And what's even worse is I have a lot of good homies from Puente. And I did a little research on the guy, and I heard he's not even from Puente. And low key, one of the reasons, and I'll talk about it on the live right now, is he didn't want me to expose his truth because he had skeletons in his cupboard. And I
Ah.
found out through another homie in YA because we're kicking it right there. And one of the homies was like, "Hey, you know why so and so hates you so much?" And I was like, "Why?" And he's because you won't go out because he's been cased up and he wants you to get cased up. So when I found out his truth, I went up to that fool and I'll be like, "Hey, you know what, so and so? Just
Ooh.
because you've been under the guns, and worst of all, it was to a black person. That's a big no-no. Like
For
you know,
sure, in that environment.
exactly in that environment. So when he found out that I knew his truth, he hated me. But I didn't care. I would get down with that fool. We literally got down like over 10 times, me and that fool. If I had a bad day, I would be like, you know what?
Let's get down.
Fuck your dead shit. Let's get down. Boom. And that fool would be like, what? We'd get
Like,
down
I'm still
all
in a
the
good
time.
mood. Let's go.
Yeah. One time he came from a
Wow.
visit and he had a bad visit. I don't know what it was about. But that fool came in and just kicked me in the fucking face. Bah. And I was like, oh shit, let's go. He was, yeah, it was bad between us. Like
That
it
is.
was,
Ah, yeah, yeah. And it's like you're so young and you have like all these years that you're going through
yeah,
all of this shit.
it was
So
bad.
you overcame it.
Yeah.
Tell us how you overcame it. I mean, just a little bit, just so they could get like want to go watch it.
So the way it all happened was because I wasn't gonna stop. The thing is,
No.
like, I'm not gonna stop because some people say I'm not down. And I
Yeah.
started seeing what it was about. I started seeing like my first experience was there was a riot, and the thing is, there was maybe like 8 firme raza that jumped in, and I'll give it to the blacks. I got homies that are Crips and Bloods. 25 blacks jumped in that day. 8 firme raza were involved. What does that tell you?
The
The
fools are not
brothers
down.
were down.
Yeah.
All respected black were in it, and I'm looking, and what makes it more funny, and I'll never forget it, is I had a bunkie, and he was leva too because you could only bunk up with each other. You know, it's like weird. Yeah, it's like segregated, crazy. So we're chilling, and I see the riot, and I'm like, oh shit, let's go, fool. So I tell him, and that fool's like, what are you doing? He's like, that ain't our fight. He's like, let them fools get down. And I was like, fool, I'm Mexican, bro. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going. Like, and it all
Like
started.
you're not a real lever.
Exactly. In my heart, I'm always gonna be a homie, dude. Because
Yeah.
I'm from a
Yeah,
hood.
just because these fools fucking
Exactly.
want
I
to
was
be
like,
little.
fuck these fools.
Yeah.
So my bunkie just like puts a blanket over right here, and he's like, I'm good.
He's like, F these fools.
And I just felt bad because the riot started because it was a homie. I won't disclose where he's from. Was getting down with a black guy from San Diego, and the black fool. You know, black fools have hands. This
Yeah.
fool just boom, 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 boom. The homie slips, and it's Mando. If a black kicks a
You're
homie,
already super lever.
jumping up. No, no, yeah, not only that, but it's a riot. Whenever a black kicks a homie, you can't stop him out. That's an automatic riot. That's one of the rules in there.
Okay.
So when I see it, I'm like, oh, fool, this fool's stomping him out. Let's go. And my Sally's like, hell no, I'm not going.
He's like, that fool was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
kick me.
No, he was like, that's what they get. And I was like, fuck you, I'm going. So I run back there, and everybody's like, what are you doing? Go back. Like, you're not supposed to go. But I'm running, and I get down with the black guy. And this fool, he's a pretty big black guy. I'm getting him up, and everybody's like, what the hell? Why is he fighting? So I
This is
go.
my program.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I'm down. Like, I'm not with that bullshit.
Yeah.
I go, and even in the lockup, the firme raza were like, why'd you get involved? And I told him, because I'm Mexican, homie, and like, I'm a homie. I'm never gonna let one person of my gente get done like that, dog.
Facts.
And he was older. This guy was. What makes it worse is R.I.P. to the vato who brought me up was my enemy. He was from Flores. R.I.P. His name was Morro. He was my enemy. And he's like, you know what? He's like, why'd you do it? And I was like, because I'm a homie, dog. In my heart, if I see something wrong, I don't care if I'm outgunned. I'm going to jump. And he's like, you fucking got nuts, dog. You
Well, fool,
down.
like, what
Yeah.
do you
And,
think?
and he brought me up. He told me, like, we're still going to get down. We got to get him up.
That's fine.
And I told him, I respect you just for giving me a chance, homie. Because these fools would it.
Hey, you telling me the story again?
Yeah.
I'm getting teary-eyed.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, dude. Because even my enemies would see they like, why are they doing it like that? And so I go back to Jackson, and you have to throw a cuete. So I go
What
to
does a cuete mean?
cuete is like when you let everybody. It's like an announcement, like a special announcement. You're like, hey, so and so. So I go to the TV and I was like, hey, you know what? Check it out. My name's Beaver from Northside Bowling. Like, I'm firme. You gotta let it be known. And as soon as I said that, that fool from Puente jumps up.
Correct.
And he's like, hell no, fool. Like, you left us, fuck. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. So we're getting down, boom, 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 boom. And we're fighting. One thing I learned is when you fight, never get down. Because if you get down, they kick you in the face. They stomp you out. So I was fighting until the staff would throw me or handcuff me. So that happens. And automatically, because he kicked me with the bottom of his shoe again, I'm level again. So I was literally only firme for like a couple hours. I go back to being leva and shit. It's fucked up because these are rules you have to live by. You know, they kick you the shoe, go back. So I go back to the tables and it sucks. And like I said, I'm a man. I'm not ashamed to say it. Like everybody was like sitting like this.
It's a
in
kid.
comfortable chairs, you know, and the levels would sit over there like in benches, like literally like metal benches, like at the park. And you couldn't touch the TV, you couldn't touch the remote. If you wanted to wash your clothes, you're hand washing it. Couldn't use the washer.
You're kidding.
I swear to God, you couldn't use the microwave. It was like segregation. That's why I came forward with my book because I was like, this is wrong. This is wrong. I get it. There has to be racial rules, but
Not
if
in
you're
between
judging
yourselves,
somebody
yeah.
on something this dumb, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Like let's judge somebody
Well,
on
thank God they closed those already.
yeah, thank God. But so when I finally became firme, and even after, like with the whole icing and everything, you know,
Tell us about the icing.
so even right here, like this is before they try to stab me. Right here, I was taking a shit with a pencil. He missed here and tried to get me right here. So and I was like this, taking a shit, you know. And with the whole icing thing, that happened because the black guys were mad because you know if I wasn't gonna stop, I wasn't gonna stop. And later on, what made and it just came out, you know, that it wasn't even the blacks. The blacks were like pretty much hired through the homies.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I swear to God. And yeah, and I found out because somebody reached out to me on the internet,
You get it now.
Yeah, once they seen the indicted,
You're
and
kidding.
yeah, they seen the indicted and they messaged me and they're like, hey, well, it was a black person that told me. I'm not gonna say who,
Yeah.
but they said, hey, you know what? I've always had respect for you, Beaver, and I just trip out how so much stuff. So much Spanish.
Wow.
And he goes, you were always down. And I said, yeah. You're like, I don't have to showboat or nothing. Like I did it because I did it to survive. And he goes, I've been holding this secret for years, but I know what started that beef. And I was like, what happened? And he's there was somebody there that was like Ramflas with those two guys from Monrovia and Puente.
Mm-hmm.
And he hated you so much for going against the system that he told those two black people, hey, you know what? I'll do this, and this, but make sure he never becomes firme. And they're like, we'll do it. We don't care. We're scandalous. You
Yeah.
know? Money's money. Drugs talks, you know? So, and I was even more pissed because I'm like, dude, this whole time I was going at it with the blacks, with the homies, and it was all because of somebody my own color, dude. And I'm glad I didn't know back then
Yeah.
because I would have fucking lost it.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I'm more mature, I'm like, you know what? I get it.
Because you did mention that one of those people you saw them
Yeah.
and they were in a bad yard.
Yeah, yeah. No, what it was.
Or something
okay,
like that. You said,
Yeah.
no?
So what happened with that was we're in Corcoran, and this person was he was a bully, dude. Like he was one of the fools that was like active, dude. And when I seen him and he wasn't active, and he was just like, oh, you know how it is. And
Like,
the thing
nah,
is,
fool.
I get it. Politics, you get caught up, whatever. But for you yourself to check in like that, and I'm just like, bro.
And you're all, no, I don't know how it is.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good, dude. I'm gonna walk out how I came in on my own 2 feet,
Oh.
you know. And I always feel like it's the people they always try to do too much. That's
I
why
agree.
you know, like
I definitely agree with that.
they're like, oh, I knocked everybody. I never lost a fight. You lost a fight, homie. Come on. I've seen people say that. I never lost a fight. Stop it. Stop it. In YA, you never lost a fight? Come on.
Everybody probably. I mean, I feel like
I
everybody
don't
loses
care.
their
I
fight.
know fools. I knew a homie from Florencia, and he had hands. I know a homie from MS. He had hands, and I've seen him lose. So how did you not ever lose a fight? You know, and the thing is, I judge. I'm real humble, and I just feel like that just says a lot about your character. I feel like let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
You know, and but that's just me. I'm the
Okay.
kind of person that
Whatever
is.
makes people feel good, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
I
hey,
don't hate on
who
nobody.
are
I'm like,
we? You know, hey,
yeah,
okay, you know, like I listen to everybody.
yeah,
I'm not anybody to judge because who am
yeah.
I, right? I'm a disaster myself. You
Exactly,
know, like
exactly.
I sit here, I
You
listen,
hear out everybody's
I,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because I like it. It's therapy for me, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's why I actually came through with my story. Because the thing is, everybody, a lot of people know about what happened to me. But once they seen that I was so down and I became firme raza, and not only that, like
Wait,
people that,
tell us how you became firme
okay,
raza.
so when I
A
became,
little bit.
okay, when I,
Teaser.
just to go in, when I became firme raza was because I had got iced. You never come back from that. That's like the epitome. In Nellis was open for 100 years. Only three people ever did what I did, and one of them is dead, done. The old deed I heard in prison. One of them's in a mental institution, and then there's me. That's it in the history of Nellis, which is 100 years. That's a
A
long
great
time.
comedian.
Yeah, and now I'm a comedian. Imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when I became firme, like that happened, and they told me I had to either stab them or pack them. So I ended up packing this fool. I packed them, and I told them, look, if you guys make me firme, cool. If not, I'm to the point where it's been 2 years. I've been fighting. I started going at it with the Florencias,
With everybody.
18, Colonia Chiques, so many hoods. And I never ranked out. I was getting down at school and visiting in church, everywhere. Like, put it like this, when I would go to school, the cops literally would be like, oh, there he goes. Watch him. Because they knew I was going to get down with somebody. And the thing was, but when I first, like the first year, I was letting them come to me. After that, I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go to these fools,
Yeah.
and that's what I started doing. I was mocking them. I would literally write on my books, you guys want to get me? These are my classes. 12, 11, get me. I don't care. I was to a point where I didn't care because I was already maxed out.
Wow.
Literally in my first 6 months, I caught all my time. I did my whole almost 7 years in 6 months. Imagine just in fights. And what's funny is like when I went to board because you have to get out with board. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't one file. I had 3 files of pure fights. And when I
I
left,
wonder if like they like wonder like,
you
hey,
go get them.
something is going on with this boy.
Yeah, and what was messed up was a lot of the cops they knew, like they just were like, I'm not gonna look. Like that day that I got down with the homie from Monrovia, the cops set it up. Literally, I was on C status, which is like I was on on Tawa, which means you don't get phone calls, you don't get day room, nothing. And I'm laying in my bunk, and they call me to go get a phone call, and I'm like, phone call? I don't get phone calls. So I'm like, oh man.
You already know what it was.
Yeah. So when I go in that room, and it's a little room, it's like literally from there to like here, and there's no bunk. They took the bunk out. Who knows where they put this damn bunk?
Just for the fight.
Yeah, just so we could get in there like dogs. So I go in there, and right here on this corner, there's a homie from South Central, Barrio Mojados. On this side is the homie from Puente. On this side is that fool from Monrovia. And that fool from Puente is like, hey, what's up? Let's get him up. And I was like, all right. Bam. So I get him down with him first. Then this fool wants to get down with me. So I get down with him.
What the heck is there?
They're stupid, dude. So then this guy, he covers his hands because he's not over 18. So if he hits me, it's like child abuse. He's a minor. So he socks me out, boom, 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 and we get down. But this was a kickboxer. Dude. He's kicking me in my face, flying me everywhere. So just imagine from all three fights,
Ay,
I'm all beat up, black eye, broken nose, all messed up. And I
ay.
had a visit the next day. So I was so pissed, and I go to the mirror, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of these fools, dude. Like, I'm not a punching bag. Like, fuck these fools. So I go to that fool from Monrovia, and I say, you know what? I was like, I want my run back, dog. And he's like, what? And I said, I want my run back, fool. And everybody, just imagine, nobody's fought this fool since the homie from Hoover and the fool from Duarte. Everybody was scared of this fool. So this fool's like, all right. He goes, this time I'm really gonna beat your ass. So he does. He socks me out, and I like fall out. I go out, and I'm still not happy. I go in there, and I was like, you know what? Let's keep getting down. I said, I'm not leaving till one of us die, homie. I was like,
You
kill
were
me in
so
there.
over
I was
it.
so mad, dude. And at first I couldn't get hits. But I was at the point where I didn't care. I was like hitting him, he was hitting me. Like like I was to the point where I didn't care no more. And literally after that, like we became cool. Like that fool had respect for me, you know. Even when he left, we kept it cool. There was nothing. The guy from Puente got shipped out. So now everybody's seeing how like I didn't rank out. So I go and I had to do a lockup program because I've been fighting so much. They sent me to Nixon for a year, and then it's like unanimous. Everybody's like, you know, because
Nobody knows if you're like freedom or not.
yeah, but the people that were feeding me at first, they couldn't even talk to me. Like it was so strict. Like they couldn't talk to me, couldn't eat after me. After a while, they're like, "This fool's down. I don't care. Like he's feeding me." They would eat after me, you know. And I would tell them, "Hey, fool, don't do that, fool. I'm like, I don't want you to be in my situation, dog. It's cool. Like, do you, dog? Like, I know where
Yeah.
we're at." But more and more people started like, you know, respecting me. Other people from other barrios from the halls, you know, were like, "You're my friend from the halls." You know, I had a homie from T Flats. He hated the fact that he couldn't talk to me because of our situation. And he
Uh-huh.
was like, "Nah, fool, like you're feeding me on mine." The homie Bimbo from Pomona 12th Street, he was like, "You feed me on mine, dog. Like, I don't care." And I even got down with his Rampla. And in YA, if you get down with somebody's Rampla, it's automatic. You have to get down.
With everybody.
And he picked me, you know?
Sometimes it's just like you gotta freaking really like sit back and even it
Analyze it.
and analyze it. Even if you're young and you're with it, like if you're with it, like you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's low food. He's feeding me. Like I'm not gonna pick this food just
Yeah, yeah.
because this food got a hard
A
on.
favoritism.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
like we
exactly.
know what it is. Like a
Yeah.
real motherfucker knows. A real
Exactly.
person knows what it is.
Yeah,
Especially if
exactly.
you're like a real active little
Yeah.
yeah. Now the porque I'm
Just
pissed.
yeah, yeah.
Oh because this food. Let's just
Yeah, yeah.
no.
A lot of times it was just because they were big barrios, like
Yeah.
18, they're deep. So, oh, come on, hey, you're accepted. But little by little, that just started clearing out. And what's weird is that even with that thing with San Diego, with the whole San Diego thing, one of his homies, another guy came, and he was big. He was a big homie from San Diego. I'm not gonna say his name, but big old fool, swole. And I got down with him, like, hey, let's go, let's get him up, boom, 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 2 times, boom, 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 boom.
He's a little fighter.
Yeah. And that time I was feeding now. So there was a homie from Mountain View. So that fool's like, you know what, Beaver, I'm gonna get your run backs. I can knock this fool. And I'm like, could you, dog? I don't know. But this fool had hands. This fool had hands. And this guy from San Diego was so mad that he started pumping up the blacks
Again.
to start racial stuff. Because at this time there was no more female raza. It was homies.
Oh, so the feeding raza stopped. You did mention all of that. Yeah.
So all that stuff, like I was talking to the homies, and it was not just me, but I was one of the homies pushing it. There was a lot of homies that agreed, said that Firme Raza was dumb. Like, what did we accomplish besides degrading our people, letting our people get raped? Like, it was a disgrace, bro.
Yeah.
I was never even proud to say I was Firme Raza. I was part and proud to be a homie
Yeah.
of the change that came, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, what really happened when it was Firme? Bad.
Nothing. Yeah.
People were getting jacked. People were getting done dirty. And a lot of people didn't talk about it because it's shameful.
Yeah.
Who's going to say, oh, I got raped? Nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
And even me, like, there's people who, like, I seen that shit happen to other kids, and I'm be like, damn, dude, like, I would feel bad. And what really broke my heart, and I've shared with different people, was when I first became Leva, like, I felt bad for these kids, you know? And I would sit with them, and I hear their stories, and I'm be like, damn, bro. And I would try to give them milk. Like, hey, fool, here's some milk. Fool, like, drink up. And he'll be like, nah, I'm digged up. Like,
Aye.
and I'm like, dude, these fools have your mind so polluted
yeah.
that you won't even like talk to somebody or even take love. That's how bad they beat them down mentally and physically. You know, so that's what made me
And it's
write
just
my
offer
book.
their own little self.
Yeah.
Little.
And I imagine how many people did not kill themselves
Yeah.
or
Well,
on
you said-
drugs right now,
Well, you,
fentanyl.
well,
you
you
know?
said that you guys go watch this full episode, but you did say that you did see somebody.
Yeah.
Like
It-
his story, you guys.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, and to clear it up, like when I say a homie, it's not he wasn't a Mexican. He was from a different race.
Yeah, he was
but
your
he
friend
was
though.
my friend, my
Yeah.
homie. You know, and to see somebody in that situation, and what could I do from? I'm Leva just like him. I can't save him. I can barely save myself. I'm fighting my battles.
Every day.
How am I gonna fight his?
Yeah.
So that's what really made me write my book because, like I said, a lot of people knew my story, but I was so respected to the point where I went to prison. People didn't bring it up because now I'm in the shenanigans. I'm playing by the man. I'm politicking just like the next man, you know. And I'm on good standings because I never went out. And that's what I want to clarify to people so they know is that I pro GP still to this day, just got out 2019 GP and I was in high power.
Yeah, because
So,
people, you know how people are always like, ah.
exactly.
But it's like those are the people that we
Those are
don't
the
worry about.
politics, and what I say is the politics in YA are different than in prison,
Hmm.
and people need to justify it and understand it. In prison, nobody is ever gonna get raped. In YA, it was a free for all. It was every man for themselves. There was no umbrella to hide under. That's what people need to understand. In YA, if you went out once, you were done. And I know a lot of people that it happened to. Some of my friends, I knew somebody from Barstow. He was firme raza, and he got down with somebody from Coachella. They got down, boom, boom, boom. They dropped him. And I told him, fool, let's ride together, fool. We can beat them together. And he was like, nah, fool, like, don't trip. I'm gonna do it like you solo. And I was like, all right. Couple of days later, this was giving head in the day room.
You're fucking kidding.
And I'm just like, damn, bro.
You're kidding.
I seen a lot of people do it. And what thing is, people don't want to admit it because that's what was happening. And there's a lot of people that even comment to this day, they'll be like, damn, bro, like I can't sleep because of the things we saw. And I'm like, fool, I'm the same way. I can't sleep neither. I'm taking medication. And that's what really made me open up about my book because
Yeah, tell us more about your book.
so my book it gives you in detail like what happened day by day in juvenile hall in Nellis, how I felt, what was going on, how even the gang coordinator was like in on it. Because the way why it worked is if you go to the gang coordinator first and you tell him, hey, I have an enemy here, I want to talk to him, they'll take you. So all these guys from 18th Street, El Monte Flores, they all took turns coming to see who I was. And I didn't know who they were. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, who are you? And they'll be like, hey, we're from 18. We shot at you. And I'll be like,
The fuck does that even mean?
yeah. So I knew what
Like,
it
what do
was.
you mean we shot at
I
you?
knew what it meant, but I'm just like, why are you saying that in front of the cops? Isn't that like snitching? But I guess it didn't take factor because it was YA and you play by the rules. It's firme raza. But in my head, I'm like, that's like snitching. But I'm like, whatever. And later on, I found out it was because by them doing that, they don't get a write up. So when we fight, since they did that, I get the write up. I get the time ad.
Wow.
So they get to fight me, beat my ass, stomp me out, whatever, and get away with it
Because they told them.
because they told the gang coordinator. That's how dumb the system was. And what's funny is when I paroled, I maxed out. The person who released me, because I was busted, I was in the hole. This fool released me. It was the gang coordinator. He hugs me and he's like, I'm so sorry, man. He goes, I know these kids made your life hell. He goes, and I
He
was
made
part of it too.
Oh, okay.
He goes, but
okay.
I didn't know. He goes, I didn't, because he's like thinking these kids are helping him. He's thinking they're trying to stay out of trouble. But in reality, they're just bamboozling him. They're using him. And I told him, you know what? It's cool, because everybody plays a fool, dog. I get it. I get it. I get it. You thought it was me because he when I went, he was like, why is everybody after you? Like, do you have a green light? Everybody shot at you. And I'm like, who's everybody? And little by little, I started hearing like the gangs. There was gangs from up north that were shooting at me. And I was like, I never even heard of this gang. But I was fighting them.
You guys, see this guy is definitely the man.
Yeah.
You gotta be so proud of yourself.
I mean,
And I said that to you last time,
yeah,
Like,
in a way, I am, but I just do it like I did it not to like I did at board. I'll say the same thing I say at board. I did it to survive.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't
you have
do
no
it to
choice.
be like the downest. I
No,
never been
no.
about that. I did it because like for one, I felt the system was wrong. That whole firme raza was a joke. You should be judged on your character, who you are, what you do, what your get down is, not because you're from a hood or this block or whatever. Nah. I know gente that been to Paso and they hear my story and they'll be like, that would have never happened in Paso. I know people that were in Chad and be like, you would have never, and then you're up there with norteños. I have homies that are norteños that been in YA and be like, hey, you're a solid homie, dude. Like, I don't know why your own gente did you like that. And I told them, I know why. Because we're ignorant. Mexicans, when it comes to certain things, we're so
Honestly.
prideful that we turn on the blinders and we're ignorant.
Nice. Say it again.
Yeah, that's true.
Say it again.
It's true.
No.
But
I agree.
the reason why
This is why we don't elevate.
yeah, exactly. And I'm glad that I went through that because it made me a humble person.
Yes,
It made me like down to earth. It made me in touch with the underdog. That's how even when I went to prison, like I was not down with favoritism. If you were my homie and you messed up, homie.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't gonna back you up. Oh, hey, we're from the same carro, we're from the same area. Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. Like, cause that's what my mentality was. But reason why I literally started like evaluating my life again was because I started seeing that as more involved I got, more I became like these people who try to hold me down.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I was like, I joined this movement, let's say, to better our gente, and I was gonna ride it to the top, and I probably could have.
Especially when you were living in there.
Exactly. And well, what people don't understand is, everybody has a, let's say, something, a vice. Some people do drugs. So what happens if you do drugs? They're gonna be like, hey, fool, here, take this, you're dead.
Mm.
If they know that you politic, boom, stab this guy, you're dead. I didn't do drugs. I didn't do nothing. I had no vice. My only vice was working out. So I was headstrong every day. And people, the way I lived and going up that ladder, I started noticing like I'm gonna make it to a certain point in my life by how. I didn't eat after my people in prison. Like a lot of homies, I'll eat and I'm like, hey homie, ahí te va. I would never eat after people because I would think this fool's gonna poison me one day. I would drink soda and be like, hey, fool, ahí te va. I never, because I was like, this fool's gonna take me out. I was so, because of YA and because of everything,
Yes.
but it helped me. It
No,
helped
but
me
you
in
know
prison
what? Even
too.
in real life, like
Real life.
out
Exactly.
here, like
It's your friends. It's the people that, oh, I support her, negra. Nah, those are like, pa. And what's messed up is we shouldn't live like that.
and you know what? It's funny that you say it. Like it's like you're like it's always our own people. Like all the podcasters, all the it's like bro,
Tear you down. Like me personally, I don't agree with that.
like
I'm like, why are you showing receipts and I got
like
receipts?
like we're not in like you guys are like you guys want to behave us so we take your ass to jail.
Yeah, I've always told people
Like you want to politic and do all of that, take
go
your
to
ass to
jail.
jail. They need
And
you in
let's
there
see how you make it. Because what people don't understand is $200-300, you're done.
because you can't pay it.
Yeah, not even that, or you made a bad move, done. And it's so easy to be like this. What are you gonna do? You go to that other side and now you can't even kick it with your homies. You can't go to your hood because of a drug habit. And one thing is, I volunteer with a lot of youth, and I still talk to the homies solid, and the homies that are all on one in there. I would be sober. We're getting ready to strap up, and we're gonna go do a jale. They're I gotta do a caldito first, and I would tell the homies, why are you doing that? Oh, because I gotta escape reality. I'll be like, this is your reality, fool. This is my reality.
Like this
When
is
are
what
you gonna face reality?
like this is what you chose.
Yeah, exactly. I would always tell homies like on the streets you're high and robbing, doing whatever because you don't want to live that reality. In here you're high on a good one, on a sick one. When are you gonna face reality? Like,
It's
right?
weakness.
And like to me, that's when I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'd rather do better, try to, especially where I'm at now in my life, especially with my kids. I'm so proud of myself because I never thought I was gonna see my daughter's quinceañera.
Yeah.
I never thought I was gonna see my mom because my mom had cancer. I thought she was gonna die, and that was one of my worst fears. And people don't understand when you're in that game, you can't tell. Or like I wouldn't even tell people, oh yeah, I have kids, because I would think, oh, if I fuck up, I'll kill my
kids.
family. You know. So I would literally wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't write my kids. I would just keep it low key. Like I'd keep all my stuff because I didn't want somebody to have something they could use on me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, and I started really thinking like, is this the way I want to live? Is this life? Like I'm good,
But you did that was your only way to protect yourself.
In there,
Like
in there.
that was your only way of surviving. That
Yeah.
was your
And
survival.
it's hard. Now I'm out here. I got a family. Like
Yeah,
I'm so
you're
proud.
living your best
I got my
life.
book. Yeah, and it's hard because I still struggle with stuff, and I have, like I was saying, me and my wife, like I'm real private about my private life, but I have a lot of health conditions, and there's days I can't even get up.
Yeah.
But the way I looked at it is I was telling my lady, like, hey, like I'm tired of fighting. I've been fighting in prison, fighting in YA, fighting against something always. And I was like, dude, now I gotta fight this.
We gotta accept it and take care of it.
Yeah. And now I have to accept, like, I'm gonna be one of those people that's gonna be writing forever like that. But at least it's for something I believe in. Like my book, it's a good book. It tells you so much about me, and I'm working on part 2.
Oh, good.
Yeah, part 2 is gonna be when I go to county, when I go to prison, and
So
just
like little like that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. 'Cause this is literally from when I was a kid to when I got out of YA. literally like when I'm gonna get busted, because I got busted trying to rob armored truck. With
Oh,
my homie,
dang.
yeah. Well, I got busted with doing that, Holly, and literally, it was like literally a robbery gone bad. We ended up
I
getting
think
booked.
you did
Yeah,
say it. You did say it
yeah,
in the
for a
title.
strong arm robbery.
Yeah.
But it's because drugs, same thing.
Yeah.
Some of my homies were on drugs, and this person I was doing a Holly with, he was like me. He was like, "Don't do drugs. Like, the dude is sober. Let's ride."
It's.
And
I mean, it's always better. We don't condone that
yeah,
behavior,
yeah.
guys.
But you know what's funny? I'll share this with you since we're like talking, right? Literally, this fool got 20 years. He got 20 years. I got 6 years. I kept going to prison, 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 prison. This fool did his stretch of 20. I was like hoping. I just didn't want him to get life, because it's like you don't want to see your homie get
Yeah.
life. So I took a deal with him, and literally I seen this fool, went to go see George Lopez. My lady, she wanted to see him. I seen him there. This fool, I didn't even know he was gonna recognize me. 20 years later, he hugs me. He's like, "Thanks, homie. Like, thank you for that bottle, because I didn't have to do it. I could have took a deal for 18 months, 2 years, but I chose to fight my case with him
Yeah.
so he wouldn't get life.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it was a hard life, and I mean, I don't regret it. I don't regret it because it made me who I am. I mean, the only thing I do regret is like being blind to the real side of the game, and picking it over my family.
Yeah.
Because even up to recently, like I said, I was in jail all my sister's life, all my kids' life until they were 8. I didn't know 'em. My
Yeah.
youngest daughter, I didn't know her. When I seen her, like, she was like, "Who is this fool?"
Who is this?
That hurt so much. That's what really made me think. Because I'm like,
That's
dude,
it.
I'm picking these fools over my kid, my own blood.
And you know what? And I feel like maybe it's not even these fools. It's your inner.
Yeah, myself,
It's your
my
inner.
ego, my pride.
Yes.
I admit it. I was a dummy, but I'm proud to say that now I don't pick that. I'm always gonna respect the game for what it is.
Yes.
I'm always gonna play by the rules. It is what it is. But I'm gonna pick my fights.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go ever sit down and do time
It's
again,
because of some
it's
me.
gonna be because of my family. I'm
Yeah.
protecting the people that matter,
Yes.
not some shit I don't know.
I see. Yes.
Yeah, like I'm always gonna love my hood, but I'm to the point where I was telling my lady, like, I love being alone. And
Well, it's because we're older now.
but
It's
normally
part
you
of
like
it,
to
like,
be in a crowd,
no, no, no,
You like to be
no.
alone too.
I feel like we get to a certain age, like that's not like yes, like how are we gonna look at ridiculous kicking it with the homies on the
I
block?
can't do it.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
It's for you already did your stuff. You already like you made it out. Like what if we don't need to be
Yeah.
there anymore?
Or even just
Respect to
anyway,
them.
yeah.
Respect them. We
Yeah.
go through the events
Yeah.
and things like that. But sometimes even the events feel
People get out of line.
like relax.
Exactly. No, that is true.
Even though it's for work for us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Shout out to everybody that's watching. We got
Yeah, thank you.
572 viewers watching us. They really came to watch you, fool.
Yeah.
Woo!
It is crazy because you wouldn't even think I ended up doing comedy. I didn't think I was.
How did you end up doing
I
comedy anyways?
mean, it was weird because like I never, like, people that been in prison with me. I'm like super serio, super quiet, like just
Super
through shit all
serio.
day. And
And
I
you're
fell
there
in
with the
love with
mirror?
it. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, I was, but it's paranoid. I was paranoid, super paranoid. But I
Ay.
got into the whole comedy thing because, it was like somebody signed me up, because once I started bullshitting, I just can't stop. And somebody signed me up for open mic, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the crowd and the vibe and how people respect you. Like, hey, not only that, but I feel like it gave me another opportunity in life, because since I was a kid, my goal, my dream was to go to prison. I wanted to be a homie. I wanted to be there. And, like I said, I don't care if it makes you sound ignorant. I wanted my hood to have a name in there. Like,
I know what you
yeah,
mean.
you know what I mean?
I know exactly
Like
what
that's
you
what
mean.
I strive for. I always wanted people to be like, oh yeah, the fools are bowling, they're solid, eh? Like, no hesitations, right? So I always went above and beyond for my hood, even though I never got no letters, never got no money, never got nothing. But I looked at it like it's all right. I'm doing it for those blocks, for my city, for me, for my homie who died, But what I fell in love with was just the opportunity to be normal, you know. People don't know me as Beaver. People know me as Young Beavs. And when I go to places like the Laugh Factory, You know, the lady's super white. Oh my God. And I'm like, lady, you have all this money right here. Like, I'll rob this shit out of you,
But
dude.
you know you're
I won't do
not.
it because they not changed my life, but I still think like a criminal. It's hard to break it. Yeah, I was telling my lady, hey, true story. You can ask my lady, we're in Vegas. Right next to them, these two little kids scored. Well, they're not little kids. I call anybody under 21 little kid.
I know what you mean.
Like it's mocoso, but they're like 20 something.
Even the younger, even if they're like 27, like, oh, they're kids.
Yeah, that's how I am. These little fucking kids, right? So these little kids are arguing, right? A guy and a girl. They say, "Oh, I hate you. You didn't put me on your snap." And this guy's on
Literally about that.
TikTok fighting with his girl. This little kid hits a jackpot of like 20 racks. And I look and I hear ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. I've been losing all day. Me and my lady were pissed. We're trying to go get those $3 cocktails, you know, those cheap ass ones. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm telling my hyena, like, been losing all day.
You're all
I
pissed.
smell like cigarettes, you know.
Oh.
And because we're in Old Town Vegas, we're not like in the straight, we're like in the slums. So I see these guys winning, and I tell my lady, dude, this is God, homie. And she's like, what do you mean? You're crazy. I was like, these fools just won. We need money. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna rob this fool. Like, it is what it is. And my lady's like, you're not gonna do it. And I was like, why else would this fool be here? Like, I'm gonna take this fool down. Like, fuck it. But I was like, nah, you know, just joking on my lady. But
See how far, no, you know, let's see how far I can take
if,
you.
hey, if I was alone, I would have been, hey, you don't even need a gun. Just put your wallet. Don't look back. Oh.
You know,
You
like,
just gotta sound menacing. That's the thing.
yeah,
As long as you sound crazy, they're like, oh shit.
yeah, no,
know?
yeah, and then with tattoos,
Yeah, I'm
just take
good.
off your glasses, like,
Yeah, no. Oh my God, dude. When I was bad, dude. I used to rob fools like 4 fools at a time. Line them up like I was the cops. I'll be like, come out your shoes, come out your socks, everything, dude.
that is terrible. Oh, my
Yeah, I
goodness.
became a bad person, dude.
So back to you being a comedian. Tell us how much you enjoy it. Tell us how much you
I
enjoy
mean,
it.
I love the whole. Like I was telling you, it gave me an opportunity, a new life. Not only that, but to mingle with better people. I met you, LA Icon.
They were the same fool. I'm a
You know,
best.
yeah, well, yeah, okay. You're supposed to say you had it together.
I know what you mean. Like people like
like-
each other, trying to like progress.
Exactly. People were actually trying to make moves, right? Not standing right there, same corner, like,
So it's a Latino.
right, yeah. Okay, with the shirt like this over the shoulder.
I'm down for
Nobody
it.
even does that no more.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Hey, with this, with the shirt like this. No, but I did that the other day. My lady's like,
Hey,
you
what
look
you doing?"
ridiculous. Stop. I was trying to wear a Charlie Brown the other day. But I still like dressing like a homie. And I was trying to rock a Charlie Brown, and my
She's
lady's
like,
like,
"Oh, no,
that looks
baby."
too tight, bro.
Like relax.
yeah, yeah, you look like fucking American me over here. And I'm like, damn, homie. Like, even the Cortez, I just got some. I was like, dude, I love those fucking shoes. They're so comfortable.
I like them.
You know, and it's coming back now. The whole, you
Yeah,
know?
but like for example, like my husband, please don't ever buy a pair of Cortezes.
Why?
'Cause
They look twinkle toes.
Nah, I just don't like it on him.
Oh,
Like,
he likes more Jordans. He's like more Jordan
I'm
guy.
not gonna date a man that's wearing Cortezes. No offense to the guys, but that's not.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like them.
I don't like that.
Yeah, because I remember I did a video out there in Temple, and people were like, what are you wearing? Like, Cortez, homie. Like, what the fuck?
Like no, like we were gonna. Baby, I'm surprised you're not. You don't want to put your mic. You want to chime in? Normally on Wednesdays he's in the live as
Oh,
well
okay.
a lot of times. So I'm sure he wants to like.
Chime in on the Cortez.
Yeah, on you.
No go. Yeah, no, hell yeah. But
This is good. I'm happy
it was
that
like
you came.
yeah, no, it was a good like a second chance at life. I looked at it. Like literally, you know, I'm living and I could be normal. I could make my mom proud. You
That's right.
know, and I could be not in jail. You know,
Most important.
have a real life, have a wife, buy a home, like all the things I didn't want before. Not that I didn't want, but I just looked at it like I didn't care about. Like I don't need that. Yeah, who needs that? But now that I go to work every day and I pay bills, I'm like, dude, this is what a man. I'm
This
doing
is what we
man shit.
cry about. Like
Yeah.
this is literally what we cry about when we're inside, or like let's just say in the rehab or
Yeah.
inside jail, anywhere, any institution, right? Where it's like we just wanna, I just wanna go home and live a normal life.
You have to work.
Like even like we don't realize how
Hard
hard it is.
It is hard, dude. It's hard.
Like super duper hard.
yeah,
Like this street shit ain't for the weak, bro.
it's not. And
It is
especially with
not.
everything getting so expensive now.
Bro.
You gotta have. I've seen people have like 3 jobs just to make it, and I'm like, dude, it's crazy. But I feel like if it's your dream and you're calling, like I love comedy, but I feel like writing. Like I love writing.
So
Like,
maybe that's gonna be your thing.
yeah, I think that's gonna be my thing too. My
Both.
goal is to like I already started speaking. I spoke at RCC right here in Riverside, like to people at the college. I did that. That was cool.
Oh,
I
nice.
talked to some
You're
of
a
the
good little
kids in
talker.
what's that place, babe? Chino Hills, what's that called? The boys' home, no? Boys
Oh,
Republic. I
okay.
used to go volunteer, talk to the kids there, and then
How do
this
they react to when you talk?
like
They don't care?
literally like I was to be like, oh fuck this food, like. But once I talked to him cause I talked to him like regular, like, hey, what's
Yeah.
up, fool? Hey, everybody, and I tell them my story, what happened, and I tell them, hey, cause they're like, oh yeah, this one of them he picked up a shirt and was like, this is my family, and I told them, hey, when you get busted, those fools are gonna fuck your hyena, dog. He's like, no, they're not. I said, call it right now, fool. I bet you somebody's hitting. Next time I seen it, hey, that fool was like, oh, he was hiding that girl's name. And I was like, what are you hiding, fool? Like, what happened? You know? Like, I tell him the reality. Like,
It's reality.
reality, bro. Reality. But, I mean, I wrote the book for the kids,
Yeah.
for the kids, for the victims, for myself, too, for therapy, because,
I feel like it is probably more therapy for
yeah, because
you.
I mean, I need real therapy, but I was like, nah,
How come you don't go?
I don't know. I had a bad experience with something like that, and I was like, I'm good. I never trusted the system,
What was a bad experience?
Oh, it was really bad. Like something happened, and then I
Like it
got
opened up a wound and you couldn't close?
it was really bad. Like I ended up getting like kind of like housed in a bad place, not like in jail, but on the streets.
Like in a mental home?
Yeah,
I've been to one.
yeah.
It was
Just to see like the people I'm saying and everybody's insane. I'm like, this is bad. Just how they were treating them. And you have no rights.
yeah.
You don't even know what medication you're taking.
And they make you take it
You have
off.
to take it. You're gonna get straight jackets. I got straight jacketed a gang of times, and I didn't even know what medication I was taking. And the thing is, when you're in prison, you can't talk to the psych. Now you could, but back in my days, you couldn't talk to no kind of authority like that
Oh.
because they thought you were gonna drop dimes.
Ah.
So when I sat in front of the psych, they're like, the lady was like, "Well, talk to me," and I was like, "I got nothing to say." And I did that for like 3 months with this lady, and she was diagnosing me. Oh yeah, you're doing this for this, you're doing this for this, and I didn't know. 3 months later, I'm thinking it's like in jail, because in jail they have a 90 days evaluation,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get kicked out. I beat the system, but hell no. I was there for like almost 2 years
Oh,
against
dang.
my will, and
And you're already an adult?
I was an adult. I was an adult, so my thing was like, how am I supposed to trust in the system?
No, yeah.
Right? When the system's screwing me. And it was so crazy because once I started talking to the psych and we're chopping it up, she's really telling me real stuff about me. Like she knew that I got beat up as a kid, physical abuse. She knew that like I had all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of stuff.
Oh, your trauma.
PTSD, schizophrenic, multi-personality disorder, like all kinds of shit. She like hit me with the book, and I was like, "You're crazy." Like I never thought it. She said that I had anxiety. I had all kinds of stuff, and in my head, I'm still like in prison. I'm like, cool, I'm solid, I'm firme, firme raza, not going out.
Oh my
Because
God.
in my mind, I'm
Ay.
thinking like this lady's breaking me. But the more this lady talks to me, she's like, that's how you're programmed. She goes, you don't get it. Kids like you that grew up in the system, you end up either in jail, on drugs,
Or dead.
or here.
It's really
Yeah.
true though.
Because you're so far gone, so far fetched from reality. And now that I look back at all the stuff she would tell me, I'm like, dude, this lady had real solid points.
Like super true though.
Super true. I can't sleep. I don't like to be in crowds. Like I'm
Hey,
always
you're the crowd leader.
yeah. I just don't trust people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm thinking somebody's gonna like whack me.
Ay.
That's why I even drink so much. Because even like to hug somebody, like right now I'll hug you because I know you, but like to hug a stranger, hell no, because I'm thinking this fool's gonna blast me. You know?
Yeah.
So when I drink, I'm more friendly. I'm more like my guards down. Like okay, people are good. When I'm sober, I don't like people. That's because of all the stuff that happened.
Yes.
And the whole thing with the lady I spoke to, whatever, they have your file since you're a kid, so they know exactly what happened to you in juvenile hall, everything. They know who you are. She knew me more than I knew myself. you know. So I mean, one day I probably will go to therapy, But just because of that bad experience I had, I was like, I'm good.
I
Don't
think
trust the
I think
system.
there's like those kind of therapies that you could like go online and just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
talk online
Exactly. So
just
that's
to like
good.
chat, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Anonymous.
Yeah, I
Zero zero
know.
zero zero zero
I think
thirty
there
six.
is low key.
I would do that. I would do it
Love it.
because I do feel a lot of.
Isn't there like those anonymous
You could do therapy like that,
like
no?
therapy you could like call?
It's still like rolling it up if you do it out here too, fool.
Serio?
No,
Fuck, imagine. That's it.
No,
no,
but
yeah, you could do it on the phone. I think it's called like Better Health or something.
Something like that. Yeah, and I have medical for life because I got shot on my head, so I could get it.
No, no, no. That one you have to pay Feria.
Ah,
I mean, but it's not that much probably.
like $50, $100.
Nah, let's just say like
50-50.
That's not bad. Invest in yourself. I get it.
for your own
For your own,
sanity.
yeah. Because sometimes it does overwhelm me, and I started feeling it in prison because I'd be in yard and I'd be all paniqueado like fuck, and
But you know what? Let me ask you, as since you've been out a little more, like, no se te quita?
not really.
Uh,
Like even to sleep, my lady knows. Like I take a lot of medicine to go to sleep
The melatones?
because yeah, I can't sleep. And
Yeah.
it's only you're not supposed to take one. I take like 3, 4, 5, go to sleep. Like, and I'm like people like my lady will dream good dreams. I'm having nightmares every night, getting It's weird because
Hey, maybe you need a super good limpia way.
I,
I got you.
I'm just happy to be out here. Dude.
Yeah. No,
And,
but seriously.
and what's good is that I'm like, okay, at least it's a dream. I could deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's weird because when I'm in there, I dream about here. When I'm out here, I dream of in there. Like, and it's always the same scene. It's always me like getting caught up in some bullshit, like somebody's politicking against me, and I'm gonna get whacked. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
Hey, when you dream, are you laying a certain way?
I don't know, maybe it's sideways like this. I don't know. I always sleep like weird because even that, I don't like to sleep my ass up because that means you're inviting somebody. You know, I
No.
can't sleep on my stomach, homie. Can't do it. Even showers. If you shower with my back, cool me to the yeah.
Wow.
Well, because in YA, if you shower with your ass to the
You're
people,
calling them.
that's the Skyle.
Oh, shit.
That's why I swear to God, my lady, like we started shower one time and I was back against the wall. I was like, hey, you get that side of me.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's weird.
But what if, I mean, I'm not anybody to fucking say anything,
Uh-huh.
right? Who am I? I'm not a therapist. I'm not anything.
You're
But
Dr.
like,
Negra. Dr. Negra.
maybe you
Really,
gotta,
Dr.
like,
Phil.
start breaking yourself.
I broke some of my habits because
Like poquito poquito, you
it's
know?
hard though. Because
No,
even
I'm
when I
sure.
got out of prison, I used to be super OCD. Like I would see things and I'm like, ah. But the thing
Shit,
is,
I
in
guess right this
prison,
time.
I'm always cleaning my toilet all day, or I'm cleaning the floor, or
Yeah.
I'm just doing something.
Yeah.
So out here, you can't be like that because people are like, "What are you doing? Stop cleaning! Like, stop doing that."
Like relax, way.
Yeah. So I broke that habit because it would get into my relationships. A couple of my exes, they do stuff, and I'm like, "Damn, why are you throwing your shoes there?" Or "Why are you doing this?" So I started saying, "Hey, you know what? I gotta be normal. I have to break some habits."
Poquito poquito.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's a work in progress, and I got a good partner. She believes in me, so I'm glad. You know, I got
Love that.
my family love. Like I'm there for my kids now. You know, they're getting older. One's 16, one's 14. You know,
That's dope.
it's cool. I wrote my book. My
¿Qué
my
más
goal,
queremos? ¿Qué más
yeah,
queremos?
my goal is to do the book again, but I want to write a play because you know, like I feel like there's really no like genuine homie play. Everybody's like rewriting stuff. Like, nah, I want something for the culture, something like a homie experience but different, or maybe just anything, you know? Because I feel like as homies we just keep ourselves so small.
Mhm.
Why can't we expand to different stuff, to
Yeah.
theater or reach out to stuff? And I
Yeah.
do. Like I feel like in comedy I'm able to reach out.
Because you come around a different kind of people,
Yeah, yeah. And
which is great.
yeah, I don't mind. And even in my genre, there's a lot of haters, but I don't mind because I've been getting hated all my life. I'm like,
Facts.
I'm not tripping. Eh? It's all right.
As long as it's not prison, it don't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah. You're not gonna stab me. You're not doing nothing. I'm still feeding.
Facts.
Yeah. And it's funny because they're like, he's not that funny, and I was like,
You're not
like
that
I
funny.
get a lot of stuff like that.
Hey,
I'm like,
first of all, you're not that funny.
yeah, no, on my videos I get a lot of people like, that's not funny, or hey, click this, whatever. I'll be like, don't watch my video.
Yeah.
Like, why are you spending 2 minutes of your time
Watching me.
watching somebody you hate? Like,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
So I
But
mean,
you know what? That's where we get most of our views from.
yeah, the haters, honestly, the comments,
Like, wait.
helping me and the fucking for you. Push me, push it, dude.
Right?
Push it.
Baby, talk to us about the chat. I don't think we could see the chat right. It's not the real chat.
It's the real chat.
Oh, is it?
Oh, you mean
I,
like this?
Yeah.
I can't see. I could barely see up there. I'm so blind even with glasses, and I'm colorblind. But one thing I wanted to say
Are you
is,
really?
yeah, I'm colorblind and I'm hearing impaired. So like when I go to shows, like people be like, hey, I'll be like, you gotta like get close to me, like you gotta tell me a secret, dog. Even at work, people be like, hey, go get this, and I'm like, damn, I can't hear nothing that fool's saying.
Ah,
So I feel bad. I feel bad
But do you
because
tell them?
I'm embarrassed. I'm supposed to be wearing hearing aids.
Well, you need to wear it.
They have the ugly ones. I want they have the little ones now. The ones that look like AirPods, those look firme. I want to rock those, you know.
Well, then you
Now.
gotta start rocking them.
Yeah, but in prison I have to wear them. So anybody that knows me from prison see me with hearing aids. I wear hearing aids and I wear a big old vest that says hearing impaired.
So that you could hear, bro. You gotta
No,
be on
just
point.
just so the cops know not to shoot me. Because there's alarms, sometimes I wouldn't hear, you know. Or if somebody yells, get down. I can't hear that fool. So I'm liable to get shot. So I have to wear a neon vest so cops know, hey, this fool's a stupid ass. Like, get down, fool. Because that would happen to me. Like when I first started going to prison, I'm like, why the fuck is everybody getting down? And fools be like, yeah, fool. So
Oh my God,
yeah.
Beavs.
And I had got shot in the county. So
Is that what happened to you?
yeah, I got shot with Big Bertha my ear. So that's when it was my fault too because I was involved in a riot.
Yeah,
So
but
I
that's
take
either
full
here or there.
responsibility,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, they're supposed to shoot me under the waist,
Not in the head.
and I was getting on this cop. So when he shot me, I was so low. He shot me in my head.
Ah.
So I haven't been able to hear since I was in my 20s, and it's fucked
Hey, the
up.
good thing is that I'm a fucking loud ass. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. You could ask my lady at my house. We watched the TV up to like 100 and something max, and I still got the special ed earphones on, like just to hear it in Bluetooth. Like I want to feel it in the chair, like IMAX theater. Like
Hey, rocks.
yeah. My lady would be like, "What the hell?"
She's on with the earphone.
Yeah. No, literally to pass my driver's license, I couldn't pass it. So literally, I swear to God, I failed both tests like 4 times, and finally they gave me like some special test. I swear to God,
I'm trying to laugh, Dick, but I'm just,
I'm being serious. The special ed,
I'm laughing of how you're
yeah.
saying it.
yeah, it's funny, but
No,
I
took,
passed my
look,
test.
I took the test probably like 8 times, and
Oh,
I
you
didn't
took
even,
it too?
and I didn't even have any kind of conditions.
Are you serious?
So you're
I just
definitely
couldn't hear them. Like
smarter
if you're
than
close
me.
like this, I could read your lips. That's what I go by. I read
So you're
lips.
reading my lips.
I read your lips. Yeah,
I'm
like
over here thinking I'm
I'll
loud.
give you an example. Nah. You're loud too though. Like
You're
this,
out. Hey,
this one I could
radio.
hear 30% on my.
Oh, okay,
Just went
okay.
to my hearing test. This one I could hear like I think it's what like 90%, baby, like nothing. I only have like very little on
Oh.
this. This one I have 30% only.
Hey, y'all,
So
talk
this
to
is
me on
my
my
good
left.
ear. So even like at shows, fools will be like, "Hey, fool," and I'll be like, "Babe, what is he saying? I don't know what the fuck he's supposed to say. I can't hear."
Hey, y'all, get me on the left.
Yeah, even but I read lips because even today at work I had an incident, and I could read up to where he's at, so I could see him. So even though he's hiding with the mic, but my boss was telling another coworker of mine about me something bad. So when he's talking, I'm looking at this fool and I'm like, "Oh, this fool's dropping dime on me." And then when they come up to me, the boss is like, "Hey, this is this," and I was like, "That's not what happened. There was no anonymous tip. He just told you." He said, "How do you know?" And I was like, "I know how to read lists, bro." And I go to that phone and I say, "Hey, next time you're gonna snitch on me, tell me in my face, bro. Don't go tell the boss. Like I'm new, bro. Like lace me up." And I don't want to tell them I'm hearing impaired because
no,
then
you
they're gonna
have
hire
to.
me. Some places will be like, "Oh, this fool's," you know. And I could get disability, but they only give you like I think it's like $1,000. Like for my because I'm not considered a full death. If you're full death, you get more money.
do you get a handicap placard for?
I have to apply for that. I could get
Well,
one.
you better
though.
start applying for this and
I
give me
know
more
my
time.
lady's been
No,
telling
but
me we're gonna go to
listen.
Disneyland.
No,
What the
but
hell, man,
listen.
y todo,
Maybe this is like you go apply for everything, and then this is your opportunity to go do all your content
And
stuff.
I just, but it's like
But I
we were
get
talking
it.
about. I'm so prideful. Like even when I'd be embarrassed. Like
Man, if you embarrassed the what, fool?
that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
better get it
my lady's
together.
been really convincing me to just do it, to get help.
Yeah.
Because even with my physical stuff that I'm struggling with, my health conditions, whatever, I ain't wanna go. I was like, I'm not gonna go.
You
Doctor's done
have
nothing.
to.
I was just in the ER and the doctor was like, "You're crazy if you check yourself out." And I was like, "I'm crazy, bro. I need to go to work tomorrow. Like these bills ain't gonna pay themselves. I got child support, homie." And she was like, "You're an idiot." She signed me off. I signed out, but I've been in the
Hey,
hospital
but
a lot.
if you go on this disability
Yeah,
and you do all of this stuff, like you can't pay child support.
they still take it.
You're kidding.
Swear to God, I was just on child support, and I mean, I was just on disability not that long ago, because like I was telling you, I couldn't walk. I did a show with Duno. Shout out to homie Duno.
Shout out to Dudes.
And I had a dick joke where I'm like, I said a joke where, because girls just one shot, right? The joke that I said was that guys have to have a panorama setting where it takes 36 pictures. And I get on the floor and I'm like, "Trrrr," like that. And the crowd was dying. But the thing was, I couldn't get back up because of my condition. So I told my lady, I'm looking at her, I was like, dude, I can't get up. And she's like, just say it from the floor. So I started saying all my jokes from the floor, like, yeah, guys, I'm a lay down comedian today. But yeah,
But
So who helped you up?
I got up, like I forced myself. Like I did a
Oh.
joke where I was like taking a knee like this, and then I just got up.
you went with you put.
So the crowd wouldn't know.
Oh wow.
Tell I'm fucked up, but I'm really fucked up. Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. 'Cause
Like
I'm
even
just-
sitting here, I can't sit too long. Like if we drive, I have to get out of the car for like 30 minutes.
okay, well, we're gonna
No, we're good because it's a comfortable chair. So
because I don't
plus I
want
got
you
the Frisco's on, so we're good.
to. Yeah, special. Yeah.
I
more
got a
room.
nice fit, so we're good. Suffer,
No, but,
stylist.
but you have to put you first.
Oh, I do.
You know?
I've always put my family first and my hood first, and I always thought it was selfish. But my lady,
You
she's
have
the
to
one
be
that's really
selfish.
telling me that you have to be selfish. Because who's gonna take care of me? Literally, the doctor told me when I went just the last time, if I don't take care of myself, by the time I'm 50, I'm gonna be crippled.
Well, you better tighten up, fool.
Yeah, I can still do burpees though. Huh?
No, that's
I'm
like,
not supposed to do it, but I still try
no,
to do
but
it.
don't.
Yeah, I should.
You gotta take care of yourself. Cause you need to go be on a lot of more of those comedy things.
Yeah, that's my passion. I love comedy, the writing. I love, like, I wish I had more time to write, but like, cause I work so much, and when I get out of work, I'm like so
Tired.
broken. Yeah, and like I'm at work, like, going into the bathroom, just take five, like, yeah, but I don't tell nobody. I'm just in there dying.
Everybody's gonna watch you.
Yeah.
Send it to the boss. Send it
I
to,
was like,
hey,
hey,
send it to the boss, guys.
yeah, hey, they're gonna see my feet in the bathroom. That's Young Beavs right there. I recognize those shoes. That's why I gotta pick up my feet so they don't know it's me. I know all the tricks, homie. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I do want to write, but even like when I wrote the book, it took me like a whole year because I would get, like, it takes me to that day, dude, and I would get so paranoid, so like,
Oh, everything comes
Yeah.
back.
So
Like, all
imagine
your
when I write the
wounds
other
start
one, it's like-
reopening. The worst.
And I would get loaded to write because I couldn't do it sober. I'm like, I can't do this, man. And my lady would be like, write it, man. Like, you have to do it. And we done good. Like, we sent some books to Philippines, fucking Vietnam, Texas, everywhere, New Orleans. And it's not a big book. It's only 170 because I love to read. So I know that if you have a book that's like 200-300, people are like, I'm good. It's
What-
too long.
What was the hardest part about writing this book?
The whole state the juvenile hall was easy, but once I went into YA, I felt like I was in YA again. Like, I would go to sleep and my lady would be like, take off your shoes, because in YA I would sleep with my shoes, so I'll be in the bed like, and like I would be like if I was in YA again.
How many times did you break down to yourself writing that book?
I would say like at least like 4 or 5 times solid. Like I was like, I'm good, I can't do it.
Was it
Oh.
like therapeutic at all, or do you feel like you've said the story enough times to where it's just you telling the story?
Like, it feels like a story, but like even like right now, how I'm
Well,
talking
that's
about it.
Your life.
Even though like I'm talking about it now, tonight for sure, nightmares. Somebody's getting, and it's always the same thing. Like, I'm getting stabbed, and it's not like one time. It's like
You never got booked though, right?
never.
Tonight's the night. I said.
It's a night to night. Open your eyes, huh? The tattoo's gonna happen.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's hard, dude. So, and that's what I'm worried about. The whole thing with the next thing I'm gonna talk about, like the county and prison, and even that was crazy because I mean I got in my whole time locked up as an adult. I had this shoulder broken. I had my rib broken. This shoulder broken. I have stitches here, back here, all cops. Because the homies were fighting cops, That generation was like, you
Mm.
can't touch me. Now it's like, it's different because in the county, the cops are nice. I got busted 2019 and the cops were like super nice. And I was like, why are they so nice? But it's because I heard the feds went in there. And,
It's different.
because somebody died. The cops are killing people in there. Like, I seen them, like, even I got dragged out. When they broke my shoulder, I was in Twin Towers. They literally dragged me from the second floor all the way out. No medical attention, nothing, because we got down with the cops. But it's because the homies tell you. The homies tell you if a cop touches you, take flight. So when a cop touched me, I was like, let's go. We gotta take flight. And it was funny because it was just me and my celly. The other homies didn't jump. And I was like, why again, huh? These guys are, they didn't see me get dragged out. But I woke up in a holding tank and my shoulder was dislocated. This one was broken. My rib was broken. I was all jacked up. So, I mean, when I was young, I was healthy. Now that I'm older and I'm falling apart, everything hurts. Like,
It's when everything starts hitting you.
yeah, I'm older and it's like, damn. It's like, I can't even believe I endured so much.
Where's the book at?
You're
Mental,
strong.
physical abuse. I'm like, damn. Like I think about it. Sometimes I'll be like at work and I'm like, damn, dude.
Fucked up.
I wrote it to the wheels, like with the wheels, the engine,
You're
the
all,
spark plugs.
hey, but you're still writing, and
But
you're gonna continue to write more books. Because
yeah,
wait, you know what they say? Mala hierba nunca muere, way.
yeah, that's true.
And I'm not saying que eres malo. I'm not. I'm just saying it's just like a figure, like a little figure of speech. Like, fool, you
Yeah,
came along so you've been through so much, and you have so many dreams of you getting booked that's not gonna happen.
yeah, I think so. Too.
You still have a lot more to go.
Yeah, and I feel like even I just talked to the homie in I don't know, it was some place in East LA, and there was just 7 kids. They read my book. All of them were like, "Dude, we loved your book." Just like, and one of them was from one of my enemies. He was one of my enemies, and I was like, "Hey, fool, like you're from the barrio, so I love. Fool, I don't care. I'm from
Yeah.
the Valle, dog. We're good." And I even told him, "You need something, get at me, fool. Like
Yeah.
we're homies, fool." Because I want to literally tell the youth, like, you know what, there's no future in that, dog. And like I said, I respect the game. I love the game because it made me who I am.
Mhm.
But it's like I don't want to see these kids go through what I went through.
Yeah, like obviously there's a difference. Like if you're already a lifer,
Yeah, yeah,
and hey, you
it's your
better stay
life.
solid.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
you're already, and there's
Exactly.
like you have no choice. But if
Yeah.
you have an opportunity to come home,
Why? Or
that be
before you even get there.
exactly. Like there's
Before you go.
differences. There is differences.
Yeah, and I
Like
tell the kids because a lot of these kids are like, nobody's gonna tell me nothing. I'm like, fool, somebody's gonna tell you something.
like relax. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna tell you when to wake up, when to go to sleep. If you could and they'll be like, these fools are wearing Crocs when I seen them, and I was like, all you fools getting a calentada. You know, you
Croc
can't wear
life.
no sandals in the street. You can't do it. Even like that's how stupid my mentality was. Because even when me and my lady go pick up fast food, I'll put on my shoes and my lady's like, "What are you doing?
Like bro,
Clean
you don't put
sandals."
your Crocs on.
I'm like, just in case somebody's gonna run up on us. And my lady will be like, "Who's gonna run up at Panda Express? Like, who's gonna fight at Panda?" I'll be like,
all
just in
about the
case.
Croc life.
It's comfortable.
You better get it together.
Hey, the homies are wearing them. Hey, fucking tough guy Jim. He rocks the Crocs.
Crocs are the best,
Yeah,
bro.
they're
Sports
comfortable.
mode.
My lady loves them. My
I
lady
live in
loves 'em.
Crocs.
And both of my kids like them. So
Watch. Chip on this.
you got them into them.
My husband was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna have any
Never
Crocs."
loves them now, huh?
No, I got him one pair, and he went back for two.
Hey, they're not expensive. They're like $60.
No, you know, lace them up.
Yeah.
Cute.
You gonna put a little monito.
No, you put your little hood right there for
Yeah,
beach
yeah.
comedy. You know, some
Hey,
cute.
active and attractive. You gotta take a picture like this.
Hey, people were like, that they have like I guess Crocs and the feds. I never knew
Oh,
they had a
do
Crocs in the feds.
I didn't know that.
But
I know they give them to you in the county now, the Crocs.
really,
I got some Crocs. I was like, what the hell is this?
sports
Crocs and
mode,
Tiffany's,
fool,
huh?
sports mode.
Yeah, I was still tying them up with a sheet.
Shut up, were you?
You have to.
Really?
They're gonna fly off. Yeah, I would, cause you rip a sheet.
Was everybody doing it, or that was just your?
A lot of homies would do it. They'll make fake shoelaces
Oh, dang.
because your shoes will fly off. That's how dumb.
But what if you have the
mentality
Croc? Put them on Croc sports mode.
You stay active mode all the time. I was stupid like that, dude. Now that I look back, I'm like, dude, I was so dumb.
The homie said in the chat, if you wear Crocs with charms, you're on level.
They're don't do it, huh? Nah, I wouldn't wear it. Not with the charms. Without the charms.
Nah, he doesn't have charms on it.
What's one of the hardest habits you had to break from after being out for so long?
Just I was telling like same thing, like the whole OCD thing, and the whole like being quick to go like disrespectful. Like in prison, it's like somebody steps on your shoe. Oh, what the hell? Like let's go strap up. Like I was dumb like that. I would be at work and people would just say a bad word or be like, hey, hey, tú. Like
Don't
you know,
freaking. I don't
something
like
like
that
that.
though. Don't aim me.
yeah. I'm like that. Like to
I
me,
don't.
that's derogatory. Like,
That's
I got
bad.
a name.
I still don't
Come
like
at me
that.
right.
I don't care prison
Yeah.
like
But I
nowhere
mean,
in
I,
general.
I I try to be normal because I mean I
We're
don't know what that
normal.
person is, but I'm not. Like
We're
I'll
normal.
fight a motherfucker at work, anywhere, and I'm trying to break that habit because that's not good. You can't. I'm 40. Like I can't be fighting people still. Like come on. If it's
Be-
for a reason,
like
like
todos ridículos ahí.
yeah, I'm still
No,
chunky now. You know.
no,
Like,
I know what you mean. Like, triple on this. Like the other day, I was on live and somebody was like, "Oh, this girl wants to begin. She wants to take a fade with you." I'm like, bro, ¿cómo va a ver ahí toda ridícula ahí peleando because this girl wants to get in a fight with me?
just for
Girl,
the fame, for
like,
dumb
bro,
shit,
if you
dude.
don't get it together,
I feel like you know what's like people
but
are.
what fame, bro?
That's what I'm saying. People will do shit for the fame.
Like,
They're
I'm not
getting
even
socked
famous, bro.
out.
Like, chill.
They'll be like, I sock negra.
Like, bro, catch me if you can. First of all,
Really? Like, I'm
you know,
quick.
sports mode.
Hey, la galla negra. Calm down. That's the comedy. See, this is comedy. Use this on my skits.
No, I'm down for the. I like funny.
Fighting?
Like no,
Oh, I
no,
was
no,
like, what?
no. I mean, I've never said
Hey,
no
like,
on
that
the
comes
fight.
like, we better get paid if we're gonna fight.
I've never said no on the fight, but I'm not like the fighter girl. Like
Yeah.
I never been like somebody's like, oh you f you you okay.
My thing is, if anyone needs that, they should address me directly.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
paying for the internet. I'm not trying to fight.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not trying to fight anybody.
But if it's something serious, yeah, like man
Yes.
stuff on some man stuff.
Like
yeah.
bro, no sean
I respect
ridículos.
that.
Agarren la onda. Like
There should be no one on the internet challenging me to a fight.
Yeah, that's stupid, dude. I don't agree with that either. Like they'll be like, okay, you want to get down? Like, put your phone down first, bro.
like
You're
you
gonna
know
need
we
that
post,
hand.
like we post everywhere we go because
Yeah.
obviously we go because we're working.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, we're open. Your location's open.
Like, bro, you know where I'm going. Catch me if you can.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not let myself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, come on.
I know,
But that's like
I-
super ridículo.
Yeah, no.
I would be so embarrassed of myself.
You're like, fuck.
Here I go. You know what I'm saying?
But
wait,
it happens.
wait, let me put my hair up in the bun.
Get chola mode.
If anyone is attempting to challenge us to a fight, they're in need of clout.
Yeah, I think that's like I think that's addicting, bro. Right?
Everyone at this junction should know I don't play those games. You
Yeah.
can say anything you want about
You got thick skin. I see that. I do see it.
Never
I know he's raw. He's
does.
good.
Cause I'm a comment reader and I read all the comments and I'm like, dude, this was taking it like a champ.
You have to be a particular individual for me to address you back. But if you're just a random person on the internet, then no.
I give him credit. I do, cause I've seen the comments and this fool's like, I'm like, dude, that's good
I
skin.
get mad, bro.
You need thick skin to be in
Yeah,
this game, you know?
yeah.
So,
I feel like me being with him all these years
helps you.
and watched him the way he's behaved,
The way he
like was
navigates.
has like prepared me for me.
That's good. It's like a blueprint.
Yeah, because honestly,
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes the comments are a little ruthless.
I
see
want to
them.
go off.
But what's good is that you don't trip on it. You don't even respond. I've seen someone he was just like, I even see he likes them. Yeah. I'll
like,
be like, damn, bro.
yeah, no, I get mad.
That's good.
Especially if it's like somebody that we know, like
And it does happen even that close of a circle.
not even that we know, but like, well, you were just being
You were
nice.
just here. Well,
Like you were just being nice.
you just asked me for a promo, homie. What?
Like, yeah, I mean not like that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
bro,
I
come on.
When I start dropping the top best rapper lists, that I'm gonna.
Oh, people get mad. I seen that.
That's gonna be a vibe. I got blamed for the last one from Food Community.
Oh yeah, I seen that
I
one.
didn't participate in the choosing of that list, but since I'm the only available,
You're like the face. That's why.
yeah. Someone left a super chat right now. And they asked, "What habits do you still carry from prison?"
The only habit I mean I would say I still carry is I mean I'm always aware of my surroundings. That I feel like that never go away.
Yeah.
You know?
Something else. That's basic. That's instinctual.
He wants to go to sleep with the shoes on still.
You still sit down and piss.
I still sit down and piss.
Fire. What else?
I can't. I mean, I always use wipes. Still use baby powder. You know, from prison.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, like my hygiene, like cosmetics. I even okay. You know that hygiene. I say hygiene, cosmetics. A lot of lingos.
I say hygiene as well.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, clean my fork. Because when you're in prison, every time you eat, you clean your fork.
You use it again. It's your
Use it
fork.
again, yeah. My lady will be like, "What are you doing? We're Olive Garden. Leave that shit there, bro." That's another thing. Yeah, I also my lady did. She hates that is when I pack the trash, like because in prison you get everything and you put it in a milk carton, right? So I'm out here like eating. Like we just went to the I don't know, it was PF Chang's or one of those some restaurants we go to. My lady likes all that expensive shit. I just go for the drinks and food. And
Well,
I'm
duh,
right
where
there.
else we're gonna
I'm
go?
right there packing trash, and she's like, "Babe, stop! Like, it's bad." But
I know what you mean.
you know what I mean, right? Like when you consolidate all the stuff.
You just no. I know what you're saying.
Packing in the milk carton?
Yeah, yeah. I still do that. Like I'll get all my trays, I put everything on the thing, and I cover it, and then I put all the clean ones on the bottom.
It's a vibe. I kind of know what you're talking about.
It-
Yeah, at
it-
least you're clean.
yeah.
Someone wants to know who's your favorite comic.
My favorite comics is I love Dave Chappelle. Felipe Esparza's funny. Richard
You're
Pryor.
asking about recent ones.
Oh, recent homies, I would say Ken Flores is funny. Alfred Robles, Renee Vaca's funny. The homie Concrete, Duno, like the fools I fuck with.
Yeah.
I mean, I met some of them, but the thing is, like, I feel like comedy is like you're joining another gang. You know, you
It's how
gotta
it is. Everything is like that.
literally mingling with more people. You know?
Honestly, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Is Cupid asleep? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's like mingling with more people. You know,
No, it's literally like every little group is like,
the whole thing has to start all over, level again. Get back there, go back down there again.
no, it's so funny. It's true.
No, comedy is weird. Like I'll share a gacho story with comedy. I wanted to open up for this big time guy, right? And I'm not gonna say his name.
Say his name, answer.
Nah, I can't do it because I've seen him before. And the guy, it is funny because he said, "Oh yeah, you know, I heard of you," and I'm like, "Bro, you messaged me. You asked me for a bottle, and now all of a sudden you heard of me." Dog.
Ah.
But
cares?
this fool, I first met him, and I was like, you know, when I was barely doing open mics. So I've been doing comedy for 4 years only, and this guy's been doing it for years. So I met him through a mutual party, and then the guy was like, "Hey, you want to meet so and so?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You want to meet him? You have to buy him a drink." And I was like,
I ain't buying
"What
this
the
for a
hell?
drink.
We in a Heina? Like, if I'm not fucking, I ain't buying nobody drink, dog."
Facts.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, so come over there." And I was like, "I'm not gonna go ride nobody's chorizo, homie. Like, I'm
Facts.
good. If somebody's gonna respect me, it's 'cause of my
Mhm.
talent,
Yeah.
you know, not because I'm over here sniffing somebody's culo and shit." So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of comedians that are like that. They want you to like praise them like that.
But that's how it is with everything, I
Yeah.
feel.
But I mean, I feel like it shouldn't be like that.
No, pues no, pero la
But
gente, like,
eventually your talent will win.
everybody thinks that you're like their shit don't stink.
Yeah. But even with my story, like a lot of comedians were mad because they're like everybody has a different story. When they seen that I had a genre like this or my backstory, they're like, "What the hell? This fool got a hell of a story." So people were literally not booking
They're
me.
haters.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, even like I have messages that I save them and I read them. Like when I'm feeling like shit, I'm like, "Oh, it's good hater right here. Read it."
Mhm.
And one of the guys I started with, even because I just did the one I invited you guys to, Steven Steakhouse, he was like, "Why are you doing that? Why are you doing a comedy special? You're like, you're not even famous." I was like, I'm not. But I feel like you have to challenge yourself.
Yes.
If you don't challenge yourself, you're gonna be stuck doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I'm happy." And I was like, "You've
You
been
are.
doing comedy for 20 years in bars, bro. Not knocking somebody that does it in a bar, but don't you want something more for you?"
Mhm.
So the way I set up, because I sell drugs, so my comedy game is like selling drugs. I want to elevate every time more.
Well,
So
yeah.
my first comedy special, 100 people. Second one, 200. Next one, 300. This last one was 500 people. And that was me promoting it, no promoters, just me. And I was in, my lady was about to leave me. I was in the DMs like, "Hey, you know what? 2 for 10, homie, Kyle. I'll throw in this because I'm a hustler." And I'm in there like personally messaging the people like, "I invite you guys, come out." So I feel like the person knows I give a shit about them. You know, I feel like I want to connect with that person. And for me, to all the people that know me, were like, "Damn, we didn't think you could even do that." Even at Steven Steakhouse, they're like, "Damn, you over capacity, the capacity."
Oh, that's
Yeah, we filled
good.
up the whole tables and literally, cause Lucky and all these fools came, we sat them on the dance floor. We had to make us like a next area. There was people sitting by the doors, standing by the walls, and no security. All and I was happy with what I achieved, but then I was just thinking in my head, damn, like I never thought I would have so many vatos from different hoods
To
celebrating
support
me.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
like 18 avenues, a couple homies from the avenues went, Azusa, different homies, different barrios. and nobody was tripping. We were just all having a good time, laughing,
Everybody's adult.
dancing.
Like the
girls
last
were
thing we want is like
twerking.
the last thing they want is to go back
Yeah.
to jail. Like a
Yeah.
person that's really done a lot of time, like
They don't-
yourself,
yeah.
and like a lot of these gentlemen that you mentioned, and
Yeah.
just in general, like
Yeah, we're just keeping
like
it
bro,
cool.
like it's just
Let's
look.
go have a good time.
It's all about living your best life. Our families, we got to make money. Yeah, we get into it here and there, but in reality,
Yeah.
let's be real.
Yeah. Do
Nobody
stuff.
wants to have no smoke.
Yeah, nah. I feel like it's about elevating yourself. And that's my next goal, just to keep elevating myself. And like we shared, like I want to go full time. I feel if I do comedy full time and I'm able to hit places like every day, because when I first started, I was hitting a club every night, every night, every night, every night. And I stopped because I moved. And then work got more heavy and because I wake up at 3, 5 in the morning sometimes. So imagine doing an open mic and waking up at 3.
Yeah.
Be all crudo.
Yeah, especially because you say you drink.
Yeah, and I can't do it sober. I tried doing it sober, and I'm still funny. The jokes are landing, but like a couple comedians see me and they're like, "Hey, you're a little off today."
Because they know you.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Hey, you know what? I was sober," and they're like, "Yeah, don't do it sober. Like try weed or pop
Yeah.
a pill, fool, or
No. We don't want to do that stuff.
fucking the honey pack."
No, hombre, vas ahí, está bien fucking
Yeah,
prendido, güey.
fierrazo, huh? Dude, that's my worst nightmare. Dude, imagine
Oh,
my lady's
no.
all asleep, all mad, and I'm right there, fierrazo, like fuck. And then we live in the same room, so I can't even. When am I have to go take a shower or something? Taking another shower, babe. Again?
I'm just pretending like I'm in jail right now.
Yeah. Can't even do it, dude. They'll shame you.
Has she already asked you how much love and how much hate you've gotten from your episode?
Which one? My lady or here?
No,
Here.
no. Have I asked you how much hate
No,
or
no.
love did you receive from the episode?
From
Indicted.
From the Indicted, I would say 70% love and like 20, 30% hate. Because but I feel it's like how we were talking earlier, like people didn't know the genre. People were thinking that this stuff was happening in prison. So I
Yeah.
was like, bro, and I would message people, but then I was like, oh, why don't
Like for what? Yeah.
people? And I would tell them this didn't happen in prison. This happened in YA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're juveniles.
I was fighting for you.
Yeah. People didn't care. They were like, hey, nah.
Nah, it's like, fool, shut up.
But what's funny is like if they knew the shenanigans,
Then they
like,
wouldn't be. Yeah.
they wouldn't be saying that.
How many homies that you were down with actually tapped in with you after your episode?
A lot of them. A lot of homies tapped in with me, like fools that I was in YA, even fools that I was in prison, because a lot of homies didn't know my story in prison, and fools would be like, "Damn, fool! Like I never would have thought that happened to you. Like you had my back in prison." Because there was a lot of homies that were gonna get blasted in prison, but because they were my homie and because I felt that they were getting like railroad, I was like, "Nah, you blast him, you blast me.
Yeah.
Like I'll go down." And the thing is, I'm not like say, "Oh, I'm untouchable."
No,
But it's just-
everybody is. Yeah.
I was in YA and I went against the crowd. And so I was not scared. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not scared. I fought this animal. I know what this is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
So a lot of homies stepped in, a lot of good homies from prison. The thing that I'll say is one of my flaws is that I have a hard time keeping in touch like that. Because I told you all that stuff that I suffer from, I don't like to be around people like that. Like if somebody texts me, I won't text them back for like 5 days. I'm a piece of shit like that, dude, and I hate it. I wish I could be a texter, even on the phone. People will call me and I'll be like, "Damn, homie, hang up." Like I can't do it. I
This
can't-
is just some things that you have this is some of your struggles and
Yeah.
it's okay. You know, like
I have a hard time. Like I love my gente, I love my homies, everything, but it's hard for me to like relate to people like that because for so many years I couldn't be emotional. I couldn't like love for this man because anybody who's been in prison knows you couldn't have love for this person, but one day you have to stab him. You know, you could have love for this person, but one day you have to kick him in the ass. Like, so it's hard to make a friend,
yeah.
to keep a friend, or to be a real friend. And I suffer from that. You know, like
Yeah.
it's hard for me to be close to people. Like even to cry, I don't cry. But you know what I'm finding now is I'm getting more in touch with even watch movies. I'm crying during movies, and I'm like, dude, what is going on?
That's
like,
good.
I'm a mess.
I'm like, make them watch more.
I do. What's that? Pretty Woman, all kinds of movies. I'm like,
I'm
what the hell?
I'm a
Wolverine.
crybaby.
I watched Wolverine and Deadpool. I was crying for Wolverine. I'm like, damn, homie. Yeah, because they said he was the Wolverine. I was like, you're the right Wolverine. I don't care what nobody says. And You know what is because I feel like them. I feel like anytime it's an underdog movie, I can't watch it because I feel like the underdog.
Yeah.
And in any movie I watch, I'm like, and they suffer from something. I'm like, dude, I suffered too. Like, so I can't watch nothing. It has to be like happy movies or funny stuff because anything sad, it like makes me really sad.
Yeah.
So
I'm a wreck. I'm an
yeah, I'm
emotional
a
wreck.
mess, dude. I'll be like,
I cry. I don't care. Like I'm gonna cry if I need to
nah,
cry.
I lie. I'll tell my lady, nah, it's hot as fuck in here. I'll be like, you're crying.
She
I'm
knows you
like,
already though.
yeah, she'll record me. She'll be like, you cry. I'm like, I'm not crying solid. Umi firme raza over here.
Well, this was definitely a good live. What do you wanna is are they asking anything else?
No, he's good.
Do you
He said
want
it sounds like he needs a hug.
Nah, I mean, what is it? Give me hugs, not drugs. Before it was the drugs. Now I want hugs.
hugs are good.
Just hugs. Hugs are good.
Do you want to say anything else to them?
I would
Like
say,
there's 502 people on
I
the
would say
live
thank
chat.
you to everybody who chimed in. Get my book.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Uh, obviously I want you to sign it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign it
And
because I'm only signing so many. I'm not gonna sign a bunch of them because.
also I want you to tell them like where they could get your book from. Like
Okay,
where
so the book, I literally published it myself. I was trying to go through different publishers, but it's like, I don't know if I told you, but I was gonna sell my story before to certain people, and I'm not gonna say who they are because I can't get sued, you know.
yeah.
But I was gonna sell it, and I didn't do it because the money was good. The way they said they're gonna give me was a certain amount lump sum, boom, 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 boom. But once I started talking to other people, they were saying I would never be able to come here and say my story. So they would own my name and my
Oh
story.
yeah.
And for the money,
It was
back then, I was like, dude, that's pretty decent.
but
But
in
I
the long
started
run.
thinking, like, you know what? Like, I can't write a book. I can't come to a podcast. I can't ever say this story that I'm sharing. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself. And it was hard, like, because people don't want to really support that kind of stuff. And that book, like, we talked about a lot of shady stuff. That book has worse stuff. It talks about like graphic stuff that happened, who it happened to, you know. And like I said, people always say, why don't you like air them out? Hey, say names. And I could, because I know a lot of people's names, but
Obviously.
I don't, not for them. I do it for the victims. Because if I air out the predator, I'm also airing out the victim. You
Yes.
know, I
Yes.
don't care about them. I care about these people. That's why
Yeah.
I don't say what year it happened. I'm real precautious about the time, the dates.
Yes.
Even with my YA number, I don't disclose my YA number to nobody
Because then
because
they'll know.
they'll know who it is I'm talking about. You know, and like the people that are solid, solid, but like the people that didn't make it, I don't want them to feel pain. So
Yeah.
I protect that. That's the reason why I'm so adamant on not saying names. I changed a lot of the names, the times, and a lot of
Yeah.
homies ask me like, "Hey, fool, what's your YA number?" And I don't never tell them
Because
because if I
unfortunately,
tell
like
them, they'll
those,
know.
it's not that they didn't want to defend themselves; they weren't strong enough for the
Yeah,
predator.
yeah, they weren't. What's fucked up is it was a lot of people, like a lot. Like when I was sitting at that table, I know people that were white, Mexican, black, Asian. You know, there was a lot of homies from hoods, from Playboys, 18 that were leva. So it's not like just me.
No, I
It's just
understand.
I came forward, you know, and I'm sure they'll never come forward because they're ashamed. And the way I look at it is like, why am I ashamed of my biggest struggle that
Yeah.
made me the better man, made me the person I am, you know?
Yeah.
But the book, I published it myself, and it's self-published. So pretty much the way I do it is I buy them, and then I slang them literally myself, like straight with, like I was selling my tickets.
Not even you can't do it through Amazon.
They have the ebook, but this one has extra chapters. Because
Mm.
even that's how I'm setting it up. The ebook has so much information and all this good stuff and extra stuff, and then this one has so much information and I'm providing extra stuff. And then next, I'm gonna do the audiobook of this one, and then I'm gonna give them extra stuff about it, of the story, what happened, how I felt, and that'll be like recorded, like you'll be able to hear it on the way to work or whatever.
Oh,
Well, I
that's
have
good.
plans for the book, you know.
That's good.
But
See, the best, most important part is that you have plans.
yeah, I do. I've always been a planner. So the book, literally, if you want to purchase it, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, wherever you follow me, and then I'm selling them for $20, nothing. plus shipping and handling
And
signs.
and you said when did you take the what?
That picture, the reason why I picked it is because I was 16. That's when I became female raza and I never was level again. So that was like to me, that's I even told the homies when I got out of Nixon. I had been in the whole year. That's why my hair's kind of long. I have a little mullet and
Mm-hmm.
shit, like Joe Dirt. I told one of the homies because you would have to sneak in the cameras for visiting. There was no phones. So back then, the little rewinder ones, the little
Mm-hmm.
10
Yes.
pictures, whatever. One of the homies snuck it in for visiting in his shoe. And so he had a camera, and I was like, "Hey, fool, take a picture of me." And he's like, "For what?" And it was my road dog. And I was like, "Fool, cause I'm finally feeding him, fool." Like, and they can't do nothing about it. So I literally posed against the pull-up bar right there, and I'm like, boom, and I take a picture. And I found that picture. My mom had that picture, so she gave me that. And it was funny because I never had good shoes. So when I was in Y, I always had beat up shoes because I could get jacked, right? So that day, like my mom like gave me some shoes through visiting. So we like swapped off the shoes, how you do it. So even she knew something was funny. Like, what's going on? You
She
good
wanted good
shoes?
shoes.
Yeah, because I had some Cortez. I said, sneak me as a Cortez, mom.
Aye.
No.
You're a strong man.
Next
Thank
for
you.
you, brother.
Next, like I said, I'm working on part two of this one, and my goal is to do the audiobook, the one where you read it, and I actually want to sell it as a combo. So part one and part two together,
That's
40
cool.
bucks. So you could have both books and read it at your own leisure, and it's small, so you don't have to like kill yourself with like a 300 page, 170, 200. That's what I'm gonna make up so it's readable. That's my first goal. Second goal, I want to focus more into comedy. I want to do skits. I want to do like stuff like that because I feel like that's the next genre that I have to get into. But it's hard because
Your time.
time and I have like a learning disability too. That's another. I'm all fucked up. I'm telling you, I can't. Anything I
You're
read,
not alone. You're
yeah,
not
anything I
alone.
read, I can't remember. Like I can read a whole book and I won't remember it.
Watch a
So
YouTube video.
yeah. So no, what I have to do is the
No,
way I
you said
learn.
watch YouTube videos
Oh,
to
yeah,
learn
yeah.
that.
No, I do that. Ebooks, like the read ones, I read them like that. But how I learned now, since I was a kid, because they were gonna flunk me, and I like because they thought I was smart, and they jumped me a grade, whatever, right? But it's because my teacher in fifth grade, she knew that I wasn't dumb. She knew that I obviously had parents that couldn't read. Nobody was helping with my homework. So the way she taught me to read and do everything right was by memorizing. So anything I read, I have to memorize. So like if I read this book, I memorize it. So I've read so many books, so it's all in my head. So that's how I learned to read. I learned to write like that. Everything by memory. Everything, even writing or streets or like
Oh wow.
yeah, so it's hard for me to do that. But I mean, I overcame it. So
Yeah,
I
you
just feel like my whole life has just been overcoming stuff, dude. Like I wasn't supposed to do nothing, but
but you're doing
yeah,
everything.
thank God.
Thank God.
Even that, I'm a believer in God. I never was because of what happened to me in YA. But what made me believe was, just seeing changes and how things were getting better. I was like, you know what? There is a God.
There is.
You know, I felt there wasn't because of what I went through, and I was like, where is He?
But that's to make you strong.
Yeah, exactly. And people literally told me, like He was carrying you those times. He helps you. And you have to believe in something.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, and it's humbling
Yeah.
you know but that's my goal, is to do that. The book, focus more on the comedy. I want, like I said, I want to write a play, like a righteous play, like something. I don't know what it's gonna be yet,
You'll
but
figure it out
yeah.
when it's time for you to put it together. It will come
But I
together.
feel like the writing is my niche, because my lady will see me and I'll be writing for like 8 hours nonstop, like if I'm on drugs, like
Well, maybe that's what you gotta stick to.
yeah, maybe. And it's good, dude. Like
It
the
might helps you too.
maybe the second part I'm describing in the first chapter, how a homie falls in love with his hood, like how you love something so much that will never love you back. Your streets will never love you back. And we love this. We love that street. We love this block, but that block will never love you back,
Hmm.
and you die for that block. And the way I describe it is like, it's like describing a person who has a drug problem, a gang problem, and everything. Just in the even people that read my book will be like, that doesn't even sound like you, bro, because I don't use big words when I talk, but when I write, I'm
You
using
do.
all kinds of words that I don't even know. I'm like, yeah, this is hypothesis. Yeah, yeah. I don't talk.
good.
Like, yeah, my lady
Yeah.
will be like, "What the hell is that?"
Like, where'd you even learn this word? That's good.
I'm proud of you for making sure.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to you guys
Yeah.
on the live. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Honestly, I appreciate you coming.
Oh, anytime. As long
Make
as it's
sure
for,
you
like,
guys
get my book. Yeah.
get his book. All you guys gotta do is DM him
Yeah.
on any of his on his Instagram, on his TikTok. He will respond.
Facebook.
Facebook,
Fans only.
OnlyFans. Nah,
OnlyFans. It's over in October.
is it?
Yeah, dude. That's good though.
Is
I'll
it?
subscribe to all kinds of things. I don't have to pay no more. After October, they're canceling.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a friend who has a friend who watched that kind of stuff, you know.
oh shit.
Not me, you know. I got a wife right here. I got a wifey right there.
Well, again, like
Yeah.
I said,
No,
I
thank you.
I appreciate you. We're gonna close it up.
Yeah, thanks to everybody on the chat. It's LA Icon. And make sure you guys follow me and follow all my platforms. Check out my shows. I got some shows coming up. November 9th in Bakersfield. We'll go finally to Bakersfield because a lot of homies have been telling me to go to Bakersfield. I'm working on a date in San Diego. And then I got a show October in Pico Rivera. And then I got a couple shows pending. But I also started like my own little page with my lady because you know my lady likes to shop, so it's called Cosas Viejas y Más.
Oh,
But
what is that about?
it's about because I love to buy shit. I mean, not to say like that, but I love clothes because you know when I was poor I couldn't buy nothing.
Hmm.
So now that I have money, like I love looking fresh. Like so the whole thing is the experience of me and her shopping,
Oh, like a
uh,
little like vlogs
kind
kind
of
of
like
vibe.
vlogs and just toys that we couldn't buy when we were little and just different stuff. And it's cool because we like make funny faces, talk a lot of shit. It's funny.
Yeah, because you're funny.
Yeah, yeah. I'm funny when I'm happy, but it's weird because I'm like super sad sometimes.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of comedians are super sad, so 'cause I watch a lot of
So you're a
vlogs.
super
about-
sad boy.
I'm a sad boy. I should have been a sad boy, right? I hate my name, dude. But shout out to my name right there, Young
Beavs.
Beaver. Yo, big ass Beaver. Yeah. And I have my hood so many times, but my head I was gonna get my hood again.
Why they call you Beaver? You kind of look like a little beaver. Now that I look at you.
Beaver, my ways. I got it here and here. I got it because of my mom. My mom, when she came to the United States, she know English, so she started learning through the Leave It to Beaver show. And when I was little, I was real clumsy, so my family name was Beaver. And I hated my name. Like when I was little, like we hook up with hyenas, I used to say B. Oh, they call you B. And because I would tell them Beaver, they're like, oh, why? Like it's ugly. But now they're like, oh, Beaver, fucking love you. Yeah. They got the chonies on. Nah, no chonies. I'm like, don't do that.
No, esta no, esta no.
So no, por favor. Cash app.
Yeah,
Cash
Cash
app.
App only.
Cash
Well,
app.
yeah, again, thank you. I'm gonna read your book, and
Thank
I'm
you. Enjoy it.
like this face says like so much, bro.
So it's still a little bit of innocence. Little bit. Then after that, I said nothing else. That's crazy.
No, I think this person went through so much. I'm all emotional. I'm a mess. It's because you know
Gonna
what
get
it
a
is before
Grammy.
we go. It's because I'm a mom.
Yeah, I remember that.
I really treat
your son.
everything like the mom vibes. I can't help it.
Yeah.
That's when I'm interviewing even like the guys, like the men. I'm like, oh, no, don't like,
Don't-
no, like you guys stop.
And
It's
then a lot of them speak from the heart. So I'm like,
I'm a mom and I just can't help it. I'm not gonna turn it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, but that's good though.
You know?
You're in touch with your emotional intelligence.
And I don't care if I'm crying. I don't care. Like I don't care.
That's good. Those are happy.
I'm gonna be myself and I'm gonna cry and
Yeah.
that's it.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad if my story touched you like that. That means
No,
you,
seriously.
you're genuinely interested in me.
Bro, like
Appreciate
seriously? Like
It's weird because I never thought it was interesting.
but you are.
Because all my life people said I was gonna be nothing, and I was gonna be a piece of shit and have nothing to offer to the world. And to sit here with you, your husband, my lady, and I'm like, damn.
Well, I kind of
Like, I
feel the
have
same
something to
way.
offer,
Like
right?
yes, you do. Like I feel the same. Like I was always told the same thing.
You're not out to nothing, but you're something now. You're a mom.
Everybody was like, oh,
You're a wife.
la Cristina va a salir embarazada a los 15 años.
Read
Like
that one.
I didn't have them until I was 20.
Yeah, that's good.
No, just like little things like that. You know, like we all walk different paths, but the same. We, you know, like I definitely could relate to
A lot of the struggles,
a lot of the struggles.
and that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I
High
appreciate
five
it.
it.
Always. Thank you.
Well, thank you again for coming on Indicted
Thank you. I
TV.
really appreciate you guys.
Visiting,
Thank you,
visitation
thank
hour, visitation hour, visitation
Yeah,
hour.
visitation hour.
This was kind of like a little long visitation. This was a few hours.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice
We
that.
started like at 5:30-ish. No, like 5:40 to 7:30.
Damn. 2-hour visitations. That's
It's-
kind of like prison.
Oh,
2
is it?
hours.
I never got a visit in prison.
Try that, sir.
I would get visits not from my family because the family always falls off after nobody comes. One of my exes would go all the time, dude, all the time, and I felt bad because one time they almost arrested her visiting because I was doing shady stuff
Oh yeah.
and the cops didn't know where I was getting what I was getting. They
And they
thought it was her. And I felt so bad, dude. And I was like, damn, dude, imagine to your lady to get busted like that.
Yeah. Makes you look bad too.
I felt horrible, dude. And she didn't even know. That was even worse. That person I was with didn't know that I was doing what I was doing. So, but I kept her dumb for a reason. Not like that, but
No,
I
it's
kept her
good,
in the
though.
dark.
Well, it's good.
No, for her
Yeah.
own good.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
went to get investigated. Imagine if she would have known something. What if she would have broke?
Yeah.
I don't want her to go through that. I was already in jail. And they
Yeah.
took my visits. I only had my visits for one day and they took them back.
Quick question before we clock out, because that battery is about to die on you too. Besides yourself, who is your top 3 favorite? Because I think you watch Indicted, right?
Yeah.
Who are your favorite episodes that you've seen? Doesn't matter.
Fuck. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of them that are pretty good, actually.
It doesn't mean even in order. Just 3 that came to your mind off the top, or at least one that comes to your mind right away.
I don't know. I like a lot of them. That's a hard one. Because even the ones that don't get that much views, I still like them.
Yeah.
Hey, some of those are the fire ones.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Like that fool Joe, even that fool Tiger that just passed.
Oh yeah.
Joe was good. Huh?
The guy. Oh, he's alive still.
Yes. everything like-
Oh, I seen that one. I was like, dude, he died.
No, Joe
said he passed. I
was
was like,
really
what?
good.
Okay.
So that we just passed.
Oh,
Tigers from this Sunday.
I was like, dude, that's sad.
Yeah, and I need one of Dios.
Yeah, no, I would say all of them
like,
pretty good.
I
Because
think
I mean, I like to hear people's stories like that.
yeah.
You know, and especially like when I'm work, that's what I listen to. Different stories. And I just feel like, damn, I'm proud of these people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll message them. I'll be like, hey, you know what? Congratulations. Like, hey, you made it,
Love
bro.
that. Yes.
Because nobody tells you nothing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
But no, I would say most of the episodes I heard were good.
I think so too.
They're all good. I feel like they all got different sides to stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I agree.
That was good.
All right, guys. Well,
All right.
again, thank you for tuning
You
in.
guys,
You guys have a great night.
great evening.
See you guys next Wednesday.
New episode dropping Sunday.
New episode drops on Sunday. Shout out to my
Okay,
sponsors,
Sundays.
Royalty
I
Honey.
never know what days to watch. So Sundays.
We drop an episode every Sunday.
Oh, okay, okay. That's good.
Sundays are the interviews. Wednesdays are the visitation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, and
I have it blocked.
this weekend coming, next Wednesday, we're gonna have Mohawk Matt.
Oh,
His
okay.
story was actually one of the good ones.
Oh,
They're all
I remember
right,
that.
but
He's
one
cool.
of like the ones that were actually really touching to me as well
Yeah,
because
he
of
was
the
cool people.
his addiction.
Yeah.
And Brian, lonely,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
they're gonna come together. They're like friends.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, their stories were really strong as
He's
well.
cool people.
Yeah, no,
Even
super
if you
cool.
see him on the street, hey, what's up?
No, super
I
cool.
seen him on the streets. I was like, what's up?
Yeah, super cool. Super.
Yeah, I was tripping out on that.
All right, guys, we're out of here.
Alrighty, have a good one.
See you guys. Ta ta.
Shout out to Royalty Honey. Shout out to Fatimas and Paramount. And shout out to For His Glory for all the custom jewelry. Shout out to the homie Young Beavs. You know what it is. Shout out to everyone in the chat. A ratos.